Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
There we go. The Trans Trim intro with the Trans Trim licks. It is Thursday, Trans Trim Thursday on February 22nd, 2024, 8:11 p.m. and we are ready to go. We got some interesting stuff to look at tonight, and we got some boys that are ready to get in here. So let's see who we got. We have Mr. Symmetry Trev.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome in, my friend. You living the high life tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Well, cheers.
Cheers to you, man.
How's your day been?
Wasn't too bad. Went and fixed a couple things. Did some driving.
Little of this,
Usual.
little of that. Yeah, usual stuff. Cool. All right, let's see who else we got. We have Mr. John Shane.
What's going on?
What's up? How's your day, man?
Good. It's Thursday morning, so it's always 4 a.m. for me.
Right.
So that's over now.
So you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for Trans Trim Thursday now.
I am. I'm 13 hours into my day.
Playing your parts caster there, I see.
I am.
Is that a D-tuna I see sticking off of that Floyd?
No, that's a titanium thing that I have for D-tuna still over
there. Okay.
I just tuned it to D.
I got you. Looking good, looking good. What is that? Trading Places. Looking good, Lewis.
Looking good, Lewis.
What's the other guy's name? Anybody know? Can't remember.
I forget.
Lewis and I don't know.
Right. Mortimer.
Mortimer? No, that was one of the old guys, right?
Yeah, Mortimer and somebody or other.
I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
So we have a what you say, Trev?
It's been a while.
It's been a minute. Yep. So we have tonight a very special guest. We have someone that just kind of showed up and knocking on the door. So in studio tonight, we have my brother, Mr. Rambler.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Welcome in. If you were here, I could shake your hand. Oh, wait, he is here. How's it going? Good to see you, bro. So, Rambler's going to be hanging out with us. I guess we could say his name, Joel. So, he'll be here just kind of chiming in. And I think he brought a guitar to show off. So, we'll get to that in a little while.
Awesome.
And since R2 couldn't join us, I needed to have a Van Halen guitar expert. So I called in one that I know that has a lot of knowledge, probably more so than I do. I was always about the music. You know, I was never about looking at the 8,000 guitars that he had and looking at the little scratches and dings that each one, you know, had, like Rob Johnson. Love you, Rob.
Remember that guy that went after Kurt because he had his 5150 tape with something or other?
Was that Walt Delback or something like that?
Delback, yeah, that's the guy.
So we brought in our resident expert, Mr. Randy Price.
Billy Ray Valentine. That's who you're looking for.
Billy Ray Valentine.
Billy Ray Valentine.
Looking good, Billy. Is that what I'm talking about?
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah. When he was on the island, the Paradise Island or whatever,
right?
Something like that. Yeah.
That movie wasn't a pivotal moment in a lot of young men's lives at all, was it?
It's been so long since I've seen it, I couldn't remember. See, I
love that movie.
I knew that we had Randy on tonight for some reason. So
Wealth of knowledge.
he's already paid off. So welcome in.
Thanks.
Cheers, everybody.
I'm in my 20s.
What's that?
So I said I'm in my 20s, so I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
20s, yeah, whatever.
Billy Ray was the other guy. Billy Ray Coleman.
Coleman was the butler,
Right.
Okay.
and then Randolph and Mortimer were the two guys that ran the company. That made the bet.
Yeah. I have to go and watch that movie
Winthrop
again.
was Dan Aykroyd.
Winthrop. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's been forever. I'll have to watch that one again. So, we got some stuff to get to tonight. First thing that we need to get to, though, is we need to give a big, huge shout out and thanks to our channel members.
Absolutely.
We do have channel membership available. Should be a join button over there somewhere underneath the video or down by the little $ thing somewhere there. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so by joining with the channel membership. And we want to give a big shout out and thanks to all of these channel members that have done so and helped support the channel. So thank you. Man, who is key banging?
Somebody's aggressively typing.
Yeah, Randy, whatever you did to that microphone, it's no good. All I hear is like,
Well, I didn't do it, so there's that.
Wasn't you?
it wasn't you.
Wasn't me.
Right on. It must have been Trev. We'll blame it
Sounds
on
like
Trev.
making of a good song there. Key banging.
Right. He had a good beat tapped out there.
Right.
Wasn't me.
So let's get over to the chat. Let's see who's here. Let's get some introductions to the chat. Let's see. I know that first comment, which is no longer showing, was Nelson Rodriguez, channel member. So we'll welcome him in. Alive and well. Yep. We got Zach Thong hanging out. Welcome in, Zach. Followed by Dan Gorman. Welcome in, Dan. We got channel member Patty Dill. Hope your foot's doing better. Hope you're healing up. Let's see. Who else? We got channel member Bruce. Mr. BHB Jr. is hanging out with us tonight. And we've got Mr. Fruitcake Tony is here saying, hey now, make sure you check the links in the description for Fruitcake Tony's channel. Got some cool stuff over there on Tuesday and Saturdays. So big shout out to Fruitcake Tony. Make sure you check his link and go show him some love on his channel. Give him a sub, give him a share, give him a thumbs up. Watch some of his videos.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else we got here? Channel member Blue Mox is here. Welcome in, Mr. Blue Mox. Good to see you, sir. Jonathan McCulloch is here. Welcome in.
Brother,
Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Let's see. There's Nelson Rodriguez again there in the chat. It says, yo, homeboy, it's Zach Thong. What's good? Saying hello to the chat. Welcome in. Welcome in. We got Crazy Monkey Pete. Welcome in. Good to see you. Always, whenever I see that name, it reminds me of that Super Bowl commercial.
Right.
Puppy Monkey Baby. I don't know why. I guess the monkey in there. Puppy
Well, that's
Monkey
me,
Baby.
by the way.
Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. You guys remember that one?
Yeah. It stuck around for a minute.
Yeah. I don't even remember what the commercial was for. I just remember the Puppy Monkey Baby.
I can't remember.
True.
Let's see. Who else we got hanging out? We got Deputy Van Halen is here. Welcome in. Got KXM Rock is here. Chat is narrow and small. Well, it's going to get bigger.
And thicker. And
That's what she said.
I beat you to it. We got channel member Rob Blackmore Official is hanging out. Welcome in, Rob.
RBO.
We also have channel member Greasy Monkey Guitars.
there can be none more greasy.
We've got Mr. Mick is here. Welcome in. We have, let's see, channel member Steve Brand is here saying hello. We have, let's see, who else we got? We've got, there's channel member Randy Price. I think I know that guy.
Right on.
Channel member Symmetry is in the chat as well. Know that dude too. Welcome in. Let's see, we've got Sound System 504. Welcome in.
Specific.
Yep, I think we saw him in one of the last streams that we did, so welcome back. I recognize the avatar more than I do the name, so good to see you. Christopher Live Silva's here. Welcome in, sir. 8:05 and time to rock. Yes, sir. Let's see, who else we got hanging out with us tonight? We got channel member Andrew Knox is here. What's going on in here? Man, we're just about to have some fun here, jamming out. Let's see, who else is hanging out? We got Smallmouth Guy. Welcome in. William DeSilva's here. Good to see you. Presley, California Customs. What's up, Seth? I'm still waiting for that Parker Fly, man. I'm waiting to see that on Guitar Safari. You know, you hyped it up and you was like, nobody go steal this from me. And, you know, I held off from it because I thought you were going to get it. So I want to see that guitar, man. I want to see that you went and got it. Channel member Hip Metalworks is hanging out. Welcome in. Let's see. Who else we got? There's Mitch Heyman, the resident audio expert for the stars.
He is.
Good to see you, man. Let's see. Who else is hanging out here? I tell you what, I'm going to have to mute Randy here. That's just awful. Let's see. William DeSilva's here. Welcome in. Let's see. We've got, who else is hanging out? I think we've got everybody, right? Nope. There's Stephen Maselli. Welcome in. Good to see you. Channel member Ferd Burfel is hanging out. Good to see you, sir. Did we get KXM Rock? We're going to get him again if we didn't, or if we did. Let's see. Who else?
Mr. Green.
Keep scrolling, right.
I'm going. We got Charlie Gabaldon. Welcome in.
Oswald.
Let's see. Who else is here? Who else? Patty Deal. Did I get Patty? Yeah.
Welcome back.
Mr. Speedy Recovery and everything.
Yeah. There's Quentin James. Welcome in.
Howdy, Pop.
Wrong.
We got channel member Bo, Guitar Man 45 is here. Welcome in, sir. Let's see who else. Brendan B Squared. Mr. Butt Cheeks himself is here.
The infamous, the one, the only.
Getting closer to that polar plunge, man. We're all looking forward to seeing you.
Got your Speedo all greased up.
We're all looking forward to that. That's this Saturday, right? This Saturday coming up. So make sure everybody tunes in. Fruitcake Tony is going to be covering it live, right? So
Awesome.
that'll be Saturday morning. So check out Fruitcake Tony's channel to make sure you don't miss that. Let's see who else we got. There he is. Channel member Charles Green.
There it is. Brother Charles.
Shredder extraordinaire.
Shredder extraordinaire. Let's see who else we got. Let's see. I think we have got everyone so far.
11:30. Brennan saying.
Look here, R2. He's been supporting for 7 months. Says I am still at work, but good to see R2. I mean Randy filling in and Ryan's bro, Ryan, Trev, John. Right on R2.
By at work.
We're going to
he's
refer
sitting
to
at
Randy
home
as
on his couch drinking Modelo.
Right.
R5, right?
Yeah, he's working on that third beer is what's going on. There's channel member Jeff H is here. Welcome in,
Hey,
Jeff.
brother.
Good to see you. We got Lars Guitars hanging out. Welcome. Let's see. Who else? There he is. We can't forget channel member Andy Carson. Check out all the heavy hitters in this joint. Yes, sir.
3 fat guys and 2 thin guys.
Who's the... Wait a minute.
Randy's
Hey.
fat. I'm fat. You're fat. Trev is a bone wreck, and your brother looks muscular and in shape.
I think he's bored. He's left. He's going home now.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
This is
He's like, I'm out of here. Randy Price. Supporting for 5 months. He's giving the rockin' horns there. Appreciate you, Randy. See that we got Patty Dill as well. Supporting for 6 months, Patty Dill. Thank you. Says great guitar playing. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate you. Let's see. Did we catch everybody? I think we have. If we missed you, there's Owls G. Welcome in. Let's see. Scrolling here. I think that we have gotten just about everyone. And Mr. Stephen Franklin also supporting. Member for 7 months. I appreciate it, Mr. Stephen Franklin. Big supporter for the channel. Certainly appreciate you, sir. All right, so tonight, I thought that maybe we would kind of look at a few things, and I had a picture that was brought to my attention. It was in a magazine article, I guess, about the time when Eddie had done the Music Man guitars, and there was some information about Larry DiMarzio working with him in the pickups, and there was a write-up, and it was I don't remember when it was, but it said remembering EVH. So obviously it was written after he had passed. But there was a picture in there that Kurt 5150 had sent to me and brought to my attention. So I figured we would look at that and kind of go over a few things. Then I was like, I got some other pictures that I've seen before. And we kind of look at them and just see if we can figure out some of the things that are there. And, just kind of do that. We got Yostinator just kicked the door down. He said, "What's crack-a-lackin'?" Welcome in, Yost. So, for the thumb, that was the picture that I had up there. And I think, let's see, I should have some stuff loaded in here. You guys want to do that now, or you got something else?
Let's do it.
Do? Let's see. R2R3 says, "Okay, if left anyone out, I'm sorry. Trying to tag everyone on my phone. Okay, back to work so I can get out of here." So R2 says hello to everybody.
He's one of those guys that actually carries the full story. Like I couldn't get a Roadcaster. Okay, it's not that he couldn't get a Roadcaster. It was that he'd ordered a Roadcaster, and then there was shipping issues, and then
There's
came
always
to my door and it was broken. Then I shipped it back.
Yeah.
Just he's complete in his
Yeah,
storytelling.
yeah.
Yes,
Yep. Always something to back up what he's saying,
that's right.
or at least something to support his story. At least
The receipt from 1922.
there you go. There you go. Oh no! Look here. I just see my receipt, and then love you, R2.
Yeah, brother.
All right, we got everybody chiming in with their membership messages. We got Michael B. Live.
Hey, brother.
Welcome in, Michael. Good to see you, man. He's been supporting for a month. We appreciate that, man. He's saying, "Hey, all." Welcome in, man. Good to see
Another
you.
good cat.
We got Scott Brockways. Tried to sneak in through the back door, but we caught him. Welcome in, Scott. Try to keep your negative comments to a minimum, if you would, please. All right, so I've got, let's look at these pictures here. Now, these were, full credit goes to Van Halen News Desk, is where I saw these pictures.
You don't need another copyright strike.
Yeah, I don't need any copyright strikes from anybody. So all credit for the picture goes to Van Halen News Desk. So I saw this one and I was like, is that the actual Bumblebee? Is that the actual, they call that one the Rasta there, I guess? The one that's all taped up, is that correct?
No, that's the purple Pacer.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
See? Our
First thing when I
resident
looked
expert.
That's
I
why he's
looked
here.
at the picture. I'm like, is that the amp? Is that it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can talk about that. So, Randy, have you studied this picture before?
A little bit for certain guitars.
Okay.
was trying to remember what all was in it. I've got different angles of this same that were taken at the same time these pictures were.
Right.
Where you can see the shark. You can see the shark back there.
Right.
The Ernie Ball silhouette, the first guitar they made for him that was striped and all that stuff, is like 2 guitars down from the shark. And
Back towards the wall?
yeah.
Okay.
I've got them on my phone.
Well, if you can pull up some additional stuff, that would be cool. One thing that we need to take note of here, because we got some other pictures, is right down near the bottom over to the left, just a touch. You see those speakers that are stacked on each other?
Yep.
You've got one stacked on one and then one flipped over and turned. So there's 3 speakers sitting there. And you see a bit of a case leaning up against a little box there, right? And then behind that box, you see a small rectangular case, right? So as we go into some of these other pictures, for reference, we're going to see where we are, right?
This is pretty fucking cool, man.
Are there any other guitars in there that you recognize, Randy? You can tell any stories about? But before you do, let me get to this here. Rob Blackmore showing his support 6 months, man. Appreciate you. Says, play that jingle one more time, Sam. Appreciate you, Rob.
Let's see. Obviously, the Les Paul Jr. back there.
Okay.
Midway back, that was used and originally for the photo shoot for Van Halen 1. You can see those. You can find those pictures floating around the internet. Where he, instead of doing it with the Frankie, he did the photo shoot with the Les Paul Jr.
Really? I've never seen that.
There's a couple photos of him using it live too, 77, 76 maybe.
Mm-hmm. The one that's right above the speakers, the one that's beat the hill? Okay.
Yes.
All right. It looks like it's got a P90 in it.
It does.
Okay.
I'm not, super knowledgeable when it comes to old Gibsons and, what's a junior, what's a special and all that stuff. So, the white and black stripe with the VH logo in it, it's like the third guitar back behind the 2 backup Kramers.
Yep. Yeah.
There's a few photos of him playing that guitar live. I want to say it had to have been Diver Down tour. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I want to say I've got some pictures of the other black and white striped guitar behind it. And then, of course, the purple pacer with all that's electrical tape. That's not
tape,
painted.
Yeah.
And then the Bumblebee. And you can see the shark back there. There's actually another Ibanez Destroyer. One side of it is the dragon snake. You can kind of see it. And then on the other side of the shark is another Destroyer. Apparently up until pretty much when he got real sick, he was having Matt Bruck snipe those Ibanez Destroyers off eBay, Reverb,
really
wherever.
Huh.
He had several of them.
So he really liked those, huh?
Yes.
Wow. So I see some necks back there. You can't really see the bodies, but I see some necks that look like they have block inlays on them.
Right.
So probably some kind of Gibson Les Paul hanging back there. Who knows? But
yeah, at one point he had all these guitars super disorganized. Mm-hmm. And at some point, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is an Andrew Bennett photo, but I could be wrong on that too. At some point in the 90s, he went through and he hung them all up by shape, basically. There should be one of the baritones back there in the back as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the one right behind the Les Paul Jr.?
It looks like a bass.
Yeah, it's a bass.
Probably, from the looks of it, it looks like a Music Man. Probably what is that? A Stingray? Yeah. That would be my guess. Just looking at the layout.
Let me cheat real quick because I have other angles of this photo.
Scott says the Explorers are his favorite guitars now.
One of us.
40 Grit is here. Welcome in. 40 Grit says that's an old pick. Yeah, we figured it was probably 91, 92, somewhere around there. But I'm sure, yeah, that they're all in cases and put away since Wolfgang has taken over. So let's see. Nelson Rodriguez coming in with his member chat. Member for 7 months supporting the channel. Thank you, Mr. Nelson Rodriguez. So he says, so I guess a Gibson garage in London opened up today, and at the door was Tony Iommi and Jimmy Page. In the middle of them, a new artist, Brian May.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that picture was very cool.
I didn't see
Amazing
that.
how a dead man can write such prolific writings.
Right. Let's see. 40 Grit. Did I welcome in 40 Grit?
We just
Well,
did.
welcome in, man. I know I read his chat, but I don't know if I welcomed him in. Welcome in. Let's see. Oh, make sure you set your chat over there to live chat because we have just been graced with Mr. Boner Jams. Boner Jams with the $4.99 super chat says, heard Randall was blowing out spines tonight. Straight. Paralysis for all the honeys. Deshane, you're so handsome, baby cakes.
I love you, Boner.
I should have let you read that, John. That felt
Right.
that just felt creepy reading that.
We're going to
Need a shower now?
We're planning a summer get together where we're going to exchange massages and cuddles.
Ooh,
Well, there you go.
I have to get a passport.
I'm gonna pretend that I did not hear that.
I have that picture of Jimmy Page.
Do you?
Yeah,
So you have that picture of what?
Hang on.
Since it's
What'd you say, Joel?
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything. Put your headphones on.
Cut out.
Hello. Hello.
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes.
hear you just fine. Maybe you've got the slider over there on the mixer on the far side. You can turn it up a little bit.
I mean, I didn't touch anything. It just dropped out. I can't hear the channel.
Really?
Hear me.
Can you hear us?
Not sure.
Oh, well, I'm not important anyway.
Did you hit a button or something? Let's see.
No.
can you unplug it and plug it back in?
Get in your car and go over and help out there, Ryan.
volume up there for your headphones.
Right?
And then this should be mixer.
Yeah.
There's a troubleshooter nearby.
Unplug it right here and plug it back in. So this is the inaugural guest in the studio night. So we'll work out the kinks as we find them.
Nice.
Thank you, Boner Jams, for the support for the channel. We appreciate you, sir. Let's see. Christopher Live Sova says during the 2012 tour, Eddie broke out this giant stripe guitar, black stripes. Nobody posts photos of it. Did he only play it in Detroit?
So yes, it's going to be one of the EVH art series that he striped up. There's actually there's a group on Facebook dedicated to all those guitars, ran by a fella named Don Panic, or maybe Dan. I'm sorry if I screwed your name up, but he's like logged every one of the art series from 04 through 2012.
Now those art series ones, are they the ones that were like 20 grand or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the auction started at 5150 and then went up from there. One of the Atlanta ones is on Reverb right now.
Yeah, I think most of them at the time sold for 17 to 20,000.
Right.
And if you can find one for sale now, they're going to be probably what, 30, 40, 50,000.
Every one of them, the Music Zoo list is like, they start them at like 90.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you're
it's
on that.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
those were made by Fender?
Each one of those was the Charvel Art Series. And Eddie had a bunch of bodies, and he put stripes on them, and then they were painted with his stripe design, and then put together, and he played them live. So each one of those has been played by Eddie. And then he would sign it, for that city.
Right.
And then they were auctioned off on eBay.
Yep.
So you have a guitar that has a stripe pattern he designed and played. So
Awesome.
Yeah, there's photos of him in 04 sitting there taping bodies up. There's just like a stack of bodies that he's sitting there with rolls of tape. And he would just kind of tell them, all right, this batch do red, white, and black. This batch do black and yellow. This batch do white and black. And I think it was 2012 he started doing like the flat black and silver, or the flat black with metallic gray stripes. And a lot of the cooler ones were those, in my opinion.
Cool stuff.
But since it's Trans Trim Thursday, that very first Kramer is the Beretta with the Trans Trim on it.
Very first Kramer that we see on the far right side of the picture.
Right. You can only see a portion of the body.
Very cool. Very cool. And Mitch, no, it is not the Roadcaster, because that laptop over there does not have a Roadcaster on it. It's got one of those stupid Zoom Live Cast 8 something or another's. And it was hooked up last minute. So, are you back? Still having trouble?
I just went out of it. I was going to come back in.
Okay. So he's reconnecting. Let's see. Herb of Fireside Studios, channel member is here. Hello, my fellow guitar junkies. Welcome in, Herb. Good to see you, man. Let's see. Was there anything else in the chat about what we're talking about? Nope, not really. Okay, next picture. All right. So we remember...
Those stripers?
We remember seeing a case, or a little case leaning up against something down here on the bottom, leaning against that box there with the speakers on it, right? So if we go here, that would be the box right there, stacked up. Correct? Whoops. Yeah, so that's the boxes right there underneath that we're looking at.
Speakers?
Underneath the speakers. So there's the boxes with the little guitar case leaning against it. So all of those guitars in that picture that we looked at are stacked up right here. Now, is there a mirror right there? So this is a mirror of all those? Okay, all right. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11 or so striped up bodies just sitting there.
Yep.
So it makes you wonder how many that they actually made for him.
Those are supposedly the bodies that they would send Zeke Clark, the blank bodies, and Zeke painted all those, supposedly.
Okay. All right. So if we look to the right of those bodies, you'll see a couple of cases, and they both say, I think they say Mini Les Paul.
Yes.
Right there. So he's got those cased away. We got a Kramer headstock down in the bottom left there. And that little guitar case right there, that is a Steinberger soft case, right? And in this first picture, that little brown case right there, that looks awfully similar to the hard case that I have for my Steinberger. So I think that's his Steinberger case and then the Steinberger soft case. And if you look right at the bottom of the picture, bottom right, that Porter cable box, look all the way down. That is a GL2T that's right there on the stand. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, if you're not paying attention, you would miss that completely.
I did miss it completely.
So he's got a Steinberger GL2T, well, some type of Steinberger right there in the case. But I'm pretty sure that that's a GL2T. That's right there.
More than likely.
It's a owner.
He had a couple. He had a couple Steinberger bases, but they would be way taller than that.
Yep. Yeah, Boner Jams. Those are all the stripers. Maybe that's one. Maybe that
was about
that one that's being sold for $25,000. Maybe it's in that stack there. Who knows?
That headstock should be the one for the red double neck.
Okay. Yep. Well,
The double neck should be in front of it.
Yep. We'll be getting there in a second, I think. KXM Rock says, "Hey, who found my stash?" Yeah, right. Boner Jams. Is Nightbot acting up again? Man. Oh, speaking of Nightbot, talking about the cool channel goodies. I think that I put some trucker hats on the channel store today. So if you can find them, they're there. If you check out my OU812 page on Facebook, there is a link for OU812 trucker hats. They say OU Crew, so you can be part of the OU Crew. So check those out if you can find them. I don't know. That I tell you what, that Teespring or whatever that thing is just so difficult to get around in. So I don't even know if they're up or not. It said they were. 40 Grit says that looks like the 5150 on top. Yeah, very close pattern, except it's got a tilted, slanted pickup in it.
And the spider web's not the same.
Yeah, there you go. A little different. The black stripes are pretty close, but definitely different. If you look down the stack, you can see several of them about midway to the bottom. They've got the same kind of X pattern on the side. So somebody may have been trying to make them look, as close to possible.
That's exactly what he did. All the ones that Zeke painted, he made them close to the 5150, but never exact.
Right. Yeah.
Did we ever find out what happened to Zeke? Why did he not work for him anymore?
I don't know.
Was there a story, or that was it? Moved on to a different chapter.
I don't know.
I've heard multiple things.
I thought about seeing if I could reach out and find some kind of contact and maybe have him on one time. I mean,
he's in Nashville.
Yep.
I guess, from what I understand and why he stopped working for Ed, because he was still on the 91 through 93 tours.
Yeah.
For the Carnal Knowledge album, but he was Sammy's tech.
Okay.
Matt had taken over already by then.
Right. Eddie had met Matt Brook, and that was kind of like, their bromance began.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
End of story. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But Matt Brook almost got fired. The old story of when they were going to record Right Here, Right Now. Eddie supposedly would never change his strings back then before shows. And since they were recording those two shows, Matt changed the strings on all of his guitars, and apparently he was pissed. And was going to let him go for it. But
for changing strings on his guitar.
Right. And then, I asked Tom Weber probably like 2 years ago. I'm like, did he play with old strings all the time on those tours you did? He's like, nope, changed them every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, taste change, I guess, over the years, so maybe that was true at the time. Herb says, hey, Ryan, it was good to see you at the Water Buffalo meeting. Yeah, man. Always good to see Trev there, and John, thanks for the links the other day. Absolutely, man. It's good to see you there.
No worries, brother.
Scott's looking for a pay raise to be a roadie. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I've heard at times. It could be weird, but, what genius musicians weren't, right?
Lifestyle choices.
That's part of it.
All right, so let's get to the next picture. I was looking at these little paint cans here, and I was wondering if we could somehow get
a number off of them,
paint code off of them to see. Yeah,
trying to wonder what Porter cable tool he bought. Was that the router, so he didn't have to use a chisel and a hammer anymore?
Well, I mean that could be where he bought the paint. They could have thrown the paint in that box that they had there. So maybe. You never know. It's cool to speculate. Let your imagination run wild.
I'm a fan. I have a router like that myself.
All right, let's see this next one. All right, so here's the guitars that you were talking about, Randy. So there's the headstock of that Kramer, the double neck that was in front.
Are those top necks the aluminum ones?
Yes,
they are.
Yes.
They are.
Aluminum.
And those were those an Unkert thing or what were those? Because I know Paul Unkert began making guitars that looked similar to that, and he had a headstock like that. Do you know any of that history?
I don't exactly remember when Unkert started working at Kramer, but I know Kramer did those in the 70s. Because remember, Gene Simmons had that axe bass with the aluminum neck and the same headstock.
That's right.
I played one of those with the aluminum headstock.
Yeah.
I was a kid. Yeah.
What'd you think?
I was 9 or something. It didn't matter what I thought. It was cool.
And that was like Kramer's claim to fame, and like the only thing they made back that early, was those aluminum necks, and they were putting them on pre-made bodies.
So has anybody seen him play any of this live?
Yes, there's video of him playing the yellow double neck.
Yeah.
Secrets, I guess.
I think he would do Secrets, yeah.
And the double neck Gibson.
I could swear that I saw a video of him playing Cathedral on that double neck too at some point. Yeah. Randy confirms.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the only one that's got a 12 string on it.
No, the aluminum necks are 12 strings, both
Yeah,
of
they're
them.
3 out and 3 behind, Trev, right?
Oh, okay.
Well, there's
No, there's
there's
6.
tuners down at the bottom.
sorry,
There's 6 down at
Yeah.
the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the old BC Rich Bitch style, the
Right.
10 strings where they put the 4 tuners at the bottom of the body.
Okay.
That's how they did the 12 strings on those.
Okay, so for reference, we see those guitar bodies that are stacked up there. We see the speakers on the boxes. We see the Steinberger soft case there, right?
Yep.
So we see the double neck yellow guitar, and we remember we saw the where was that? Right there. We see the Steinberger headless headstock right there on the stand. So if we look right behind the yellow guitar, there's the GL2T right there.
Sneaky little bastard.
Yep. You see it hiding back there, right? And let's see. So we got a Gibson double neck there, 12 string, I'm assuming on one side. Yep.
Yep.
And a 6 string on the other.
It's gotta be heavy, man.
Any history of him playing that as far as photos or anything that you know?
Oh,
of?
yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. That's what he started the Diver Down tour with, to play Secrets.
Okay.
And he propositioned Kramer for the double necks because Dave apparently told him, you can't play that Gibson because you look too much like Jimmy Page. But yeah, like the first half of the Diver Down tour, maybe not the first half, but at least the first quarter of it, he played the Gibson. And then I believe the yellow double neck was first because it was already being made for, lo and behold, Tom Weber. Because Tom Weber was a Kramer dealer back in the 80s.
Yep. I heard that story. Yep.
That guitar he had that guitar custom ordered and it never showed. And he ended up calling Kramer and be like, hey, dude, Dennis Berardi, where's my guitar? Sorry, Eddie Van Halen saw it and wanted it, so we put stripes on it. And sorry about your bad luck.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. I think that would go that way too.
When Lord Edward comes calling, you don't. You answer.
Right, and then they made him, the red, white, and black one with the banana headstock because it fit more his motif than the yellow and black, but he apparently liked the yellow one better. And the yellow one's got a Rockinger trim on the 6-string neck.
This is coming in hot off the press. I just got a photo sent to me from Herb, Fireside Studio. And we've got, let me change this brightness here. All right, we've got a photo of Ed
That's the Ripley baritone neck.
requesting isolation. There we go. All right, so what we've got there is something circled in the back. So let's get to that one.
So what year was that?
2012, 2013-ish.
Somebody says that it's an 11 rack back there.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean,
Going in the ashtray.
I wouldn't put it past him to have owned, Line 6 pod stuff and, anything.
He did have some, the kidney bean pods.
Yeah. I'm sure he had like a little practice combo spider
Easier
amp
to
or
have in
something.
the toilet than a double stacked plexi.
Yep, there's actually
Exactly.
a photo of him and Wolfgang warming up backstage on the 07 tour with Line 6 Spider.
There you go.
The 15 watts.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Herb. It's interesting. All right. Turn this back to where it was. All right,
Glad I
so
thought about this idea for the show, Ryan. It's very interesting.
right. This was
A
all.
lot of this is new to me.
This was all inspired by the picture that Kurt had sent to me and showed me. And like I said, it had been out in an article for some time, but when we get to it, you'll understand why he sent it to me. But yeah, some cool stuff. Cool stuff in here. It's it's just cool to look through. What I wouldn't give to this day, go to 5150 and just walk through and just look at all the history and see where
Franklin
this is and
confirms.
this is. I saw Ed use the yellow double neck on Diver Down tour in Worcester. What is that, Massachusetts?
Yep.
Very cool, man.
So that's a Strat to the left, and then what is that? A Kramer bass behind it?
I don't know what that is. You see the lower bout or the lower horn? It looks really, really rounded off. So,
Incoming, Ryan.
and it
You
looked
know what
like
it
it
is?
was designed that way.
Randy?
It does have like a Kramer backplate on it. It looks like.
Just looks that way to me.
Yeah.
What do I know?
A lot of those Kramer backplates were shaped like that. So, let's see.
On the fence with these 2mm flow picks, Randy.
Dude, I love that thing. Did you get the regular flow or the gloss flow?
No, I got the gloss one. I just
Dude, the gloss picks the shit, man.
This one here.
KXM Rock says, I missed the double neck purple on Spanked. You know, when I saw Van
Yeah, where
Halen
is that?
in 1991 with Alice in Chains opening for them, which was the greatest concert that I've ever seen, they did not play that song because I was literally right up against the stage and I knew that Eddie's side was over, my right. So I went over there to see him play and literally watched him play, just like right here. So in between songs, I hear him saying, "It's not working. It's not working. Let's just skip it. Run around. Run around." I heard him saying that. So the guitar was malfunctioning. They couldn't get sound out of it or something. So they skipped it and went straight into Run Around on the show that I saw. So I didn't get to see it. But
I did in Vancouver on that same tour with Alice in Chains opening.
There you go. There you go.
I always wondered what happened to that guitar.
I'm sure it's there at 5150 somewhere.
It's still there.
Yep.
That was awesome. That thing sounded great.
Yes. Let's see. KXM Rock says there's at least one good tone in the Red Kidney. Yes.
It was always the boogie one for me.
Yeah, there's always that one that you got to find. Yep. Channel member Jimmy Biter has just kicked the door down and says, "Good evening, y'all. Welcome in,
Jimmy.
Good to see you, sir." All right. Anything else interesting we see in this picture, or should we go ahead and move on?
I think we've dissected it pretty.
I think we've gotten through this one.
What kind of speakers are those, though?
I have no idea. I wondered that when I saw it. Somebody could probably look at them and say, "Oh, well, by the open spacing there and the color
Right.
of the silver and the size of the magnet, that's probably a Marshall, I don't know, or Celestium
Greenback, 25 watts.
75-watt greenback or something. Who knows?" But I would say that this time frame is probably right around 1991, 92, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, the picture I texted you a minute ago. You can see the Ernie Ball silhouette, striped Ernie Ball silhouette in it, hanging past those other guitars.
Oh, that picture that you just sent me that I think is the next. Oh, nope. I don't think I put it in here.
Tommy knows. He says they're blackbacks.
Blackbacks. There we go. All right, let's show this one.
Yeah, he should be on here too, Tommy. He's
Cheers,
a
Tommy.
total Eddie.
You know, I thought that I had this picture loaded up, Randy, but I guess I didn't.
I've got them so scattered through my phone. I used to put them in individual albums, and
Requesting
gotten lazy.
isolation.
Come.
All right, so what are we looking at there?
so you see where the two Kramers in front of the white and black striped Van Halen Kramer. The one's got the trans trim.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember what the other one is with the reverse headstock. And then the next one over is the silhouette that the first guitar that Ernie Ball Music Man made him.
Yeah. I see that. I see
And-
the Ernie Ball headstock there.
It's got like a pink pickup in it or something.
Yeah.
And then you've got the black screen, the Kramer with the 24 fret Steve Ripley made baritone neck on it
Right.
that was in that picture you showed earlier with the 11 rack, and then the Ripley guitars and a couple Telecasters and some sitars.
Is that
Yeah.
what that green thing is on the end?
That green bean looking thing.
Right, he got a striped sitar.
Of course.
And if you notice, the third guitar, that Telly, that's the third one from the right, is a 12 string.
Okay. Now, I think that's what he use that for Cabo Wabo?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the Cabo Wabo telly.
Really interested in saving your battery, aren't you?
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Let me get this set back here.
Back to her,
There
Ray.
we go. Here we go.
Yeah, that wouldn't go well with English, eh? Bat tree.
Was that the only one you sent? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for a specific one. But
All
I'll
right.
find it eventually.
So let's get to this next one here. Somebody mentioned Bent Tom. Is he? There he is. Bent
Yep.
Tom, channel member. Welcome in. Good to see you, sir.
Bent Tom's a man.
Anybody else that has come in that I've missed?
Smallmouth guy.
I think we got him earlier.
We talked to him.
We'll say hello again. This was
Any
Guitar Player
pictures of Ed
Magazine
taking a
from
dump?
89 to 90.
Okay.
Cool. No, nothing like that, Tom. All right. Next photo here. All right. This is the one that Kurt sent me. Mm-hmm. So
Ties us all back into today's show theme.
we can see back there in the back, those speakers are still stacked up over there. They're now on top of the guitar bodies, looks like.
Yep.
That's
So-
a different speaker on top, though. It's got the 3 little vents instead of the cutaway.
So we kind of still have reference there of where we're at, right? So
The art computer monitor.
Yep. So right there on the table, what is that black and white guitar? That's some kind of Dan Electro
Rick.
12 string or something. What is that?
Yeah, that should be. Oh man, what do you? Is it
Every
Dan
time I see
Electro
it-
or is it a Harmony?
Every time I see a guitar like that, I think of Cashmere.
That would be his. Oh no, it's 12 string, isn't it?
It looks like it.
Or maybe it's an 8-string baritone thing. Like
Scott says it's a Silvertone guitar.
Yeah, there you go. It's a silver tone. It's exactly what it is.
Bent Tom says that's a Jensen speaker that's on top
Okay.
back there. Right on.
Looks weird.
Yep, Tom says Silvertone. Hit Metalworks was going to say that might be a Jensen on top. All right, so everybody look front and forward. Right there, first guitar you see on the bench. That looks like a bare wood version of this guitar. Does it not?
Yep.
2 though, right? 2 pickups.
He's got 2 pickups. I mean, it definitely has a trans trim on it. It's got a selector switch and only a volume knob, so I'm assuming that these would have been passive pickups that he put in there. And it's got the eye hook on it. Looks like an eye hook on the bottom. So obviously it was a guitar that, you know, he probably used for some recording. Could this possibly be what he used for Me Wise Magic and the stuff that he did with Dave later on?
Pleasure Dome, probably.
Pleasure Dome.
Given the time period of the photo.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we always think of Ed and playing the GL2T, and we kind of think, yeah, that's what he used. But I haven't seen the Les Paul with the trans trim on it anywhere. And this is the first time that I've ever seen this guitar, was when Kurt sent me that picture. And I really got to looking at this picture, and I was like, oh, if you look at the trans trim bridge on the guitar, and then you go straight up the picture, there is a whole pile of Steinberger calibrated strings right there that's laying there. You guys see those?
Yep.
And then I got to look, and I was like, oh, he was drinking Coors at the time. There's 2
Yeah,
Coors
couple empties
cans over there, a couple of empties. And then if you look over there, you've got the cases. I think one of them says EVH Music Man or something on it back there. So we know that this was during the Music Man time frame. And then if you look, there's a monitor back there in the back. If you look right to the left of that, there's a box, and it's got the Van Halen logo with the circles. So we definitely know this is Hagar era, right?
Yep.
All right, so there's the yellow double neck guitar that we looked at.
Yeah.
And if you look at that top horn on the left, and you look right behind that, there's the GL2T right there.
Sneaky little bastard.
Yep.
Isn't it?
And if you look just to the left of that one, there's his black Steinberger GL2T. So I would have to assume that the one behind the the double neck is probably the striped faceplate one, because I don't think, as far as I know, that he had more than 2 of the GL2Ts.
We had the 12. He had the 12-string one that was the same body shape.
You know what? He did have one that was OU812 12-string.
Yep.
So we don't know where that one is. But if we go back a couple of pictures to the top of the headstock, how many string slots do you count right there? 1,
I don't know. I need
2,
glasses.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So that's a 6-string right there.
Yep.
So if we fast forward back to here, that same guitar is the same one that's behind that double neck. So that would have to be the striped GL2T that's right there. Wouldn't you think?
I would think so.
Because we can see the one on the left, that's the black one. And obviously it's 6-string. That's the Cabo Wabo one that he played at the Cabo Wabo Cantina, right?
Yeah.
Tommy's asking what that star guitar is. We have any idea?
What star guitar? Oh, the one with the star on it? I don't know. Maybe he had a Richie Sambora Kramer. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, he says, what's the guitar on the bottom left? Bottom left.
Bottom right.
Are you looking at it backwards?
He's got a mirror up to his computer.
It could be. It's bottom right. It's got the star on it. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. He's got a Kramer neck right behind it, so I
Got
don't
2.
know.
He's got. There's another guitar that's
oh, that looks like a
behind it, and there's one in front of it.
yeah, for sure.
He's got a soldering iron right
And
there
then there's
too.
one right by the 3rd or 4th fret of the Steinberg.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Something right there too.
Looks like a pointy headstock. Kramer.
So we know that he's got 1, 2, 3 trans trims here in the picture. Then he had the trans trim Kramer, so that's 4. He had the trans trim Les Paul, so that's 5. So
Tram Wolf, but that's later on.
yep, trans trim Wolf later.
He had 2 of them.
6
Had a
or
white one and a black
that's
one.
7. Yep. I got a lot of catching up to do to catch up to Eddie's trans trim guitars, man.
Got a good start though.
Yeah.
Right.
I just thought this was super cool. That was a guitar that I had never seen. It looks like it's unfinished, so may have to do a replica.
Talking caliper look. Tommy's asking about caliper looking thing next to the Silvertone.
Caliper looking thing next to the Silvertone. I don't know. I see a
the
pickup
welding machine.
I see a pickup ring there.
See an ashtray or 2.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next picture here. I think I've zoomed in a little bit. Yep, so they're zoomed in. What kind of caliper thing is he talking about?
I think it's on the other side of the silver.
I wonder if he's thinking that that Steinberger, well, that picture on the back of that Steinberger string pack is a caliper or something.
I don't know. Bent Tom says, don't forget that amazing crate amp is there. Yep, right there on the left. Yep. What kind of polish is that he's using there? Everybody's going to rush out and buy the Eddie polish now.
Right.
Near
Jeff
the top
H.
horn, he says.
Did we welcome Jeff H in? We're going to do it now.
Yeah, we welcome.
Yeah,
Jeff
I thought
H
we
in the
did.
beginning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gretch Zeppelin is here as well. Like the soldering station. Need me one like that? Not just a cheap one. Like got that doesn't do squat.
Right.
Yeah, bottom right. 2 Kramer necks, as Scott sees. 1 rosewood, 1 maple. Both are pacer necks, he says. What is the caliper-looking thing on the table next to the Silvertone?
He said near the top horn, so I'm thinking it's the picture on the back of the
Oh, the strings.
Yeah,
strings.
those are packs of calibrated strings with a picture of a GL2T on them. I don't see anything
I
else.
looked at that and thought it was a capo.
All right. Never knew about the Kramer trans trim, says South Smallmouth guy. Yeah, there's a picture of Valerie Bertinelli holding it.
Yep.
Scott says looks like a 3D Kramer neck on the bottom left. Coming right at you. He says near the top horn. We'll go back to the other picture and see. Near the top horn. I see an ashtray over there, and then on the left horn, I don't see anything that's a caliper looking thing.
Strings.
Yeah, that would be 2 packs of strings. Scott says that's some kind of Martin polish. Or a giant bottle of Banaka. Says 6-fingered
Yeah,
assault.
that was the time.
Welcome
was
in,
the
Miles. Good to see you. He's okay. Yeah, he sees now it's a picture of a GL2T on the back of the strings. Which they'll be buried under beer bottles right now. But I think that's the same picture that's on the strings today.
Where'd your
Let's
brother
see.
go? He's gone?
He's back there. Tom says, weird how black and white pictures can do that to your eyes. Yeah. Scott says, soldering station is a Weller. I had one. All right, next
But it's not
picture.
striped.
Desmond Child gave that one to Bean. Exact one.
All right, so there's zoomed in a little
Smash
bit.
those thumbs up.
Let's see what we got here.
Smash.
Okay, so this was just zooming in to show you can see the GL2Ts back there in the back.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
doesn't it look like those speakers are stacked on those guitar bodies now?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, things move a bit.
Yep. I guess, you figure though, you think it was only, 86, 87 when those bodies would have been made, right? Or a little earlier than that, I guess.
Most of those were probably 51, 52 or
Yeah.
86.
So, 86, 87, 8, 9, 10. That's only
Well,
five years.
He played those bodies all the way through the OU812 tour, didn't he, as well?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So that would have taken us right to the 90s then, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep. So obviously they weren't stacked there for that long,
No.
Who knows? Welcome in, Jim. He says crate amp. Yeah. Got to
are
practice
correct,
on
sir.
something. Edwin Crane is here as well. Welcome in. Says, is that a G40? It could be. Let's go back to the first picture. I don't think I have any more slides. Let's see. There it is. Looks like a little 8-inch speaker or something. That thing looks
A little
tiny.
bench amp for testing things. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, 8-inch record? Or is it 12-inch record?
10-inch.
10-inch.
Scott says it's a GX15. Too small to be the 40.
That makes sense.
Bent Tom says he thinks it's a
Agreed.
G15 as well. Yep.
What's in those cake boxes, though?
You know what? I wish I knew.
Gretch Zeppelin's got a good comment.
It would be so nice to have somebody on here that actually knew what was in all that stuff. Gretch Zeppelin says stacking speakers on the bodies allows the tone to drip down onto the bodies from
Right.
the speakers.
Right?
Right?
It's all part of the conditioning.
Scott says that he has sold plenty of them, so he should know. Weren't
You're the
questioning you.
authority on crate
Yeah,
GT15s.
well, there was no question. I mean, you don't have to be so, combative and negative.
Fire
Scott.
crotch
I mean,
cast.
jeez.
He's angry because he's ginger.
That's right.
No, we appreciate the info, Scott. So that's all I have for show and tell. I'm thinking that I might have to figure out some way to do a replica of that guitar right there.
With the natural
It'd
wood.
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You figure that's natural? To me, it looks like a white gloss finish.
No, it looks like it's bare wood to me.
You look at the body cut there, just kind of
Yeah,
like where it
that's
would go in
where
here.
I'm
There's like a
looking.
little dimple there, right?
Yeah, I see
It
that.
looks like again. Would it be? Would you say it was basswood?
Who knows?
Which would make
That
sense
would
to having a
know.
little dent in it because it's soft like butter.
Yeah, I don't see any real grain pattern or anything like that in it.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with the black.
If you
and
look,
white.
Well,
if
what's
you look at
yours?
if you look at the picture like on your phone or on
You can
where
see
did
the
this
grain.
with my glasses on.
you can kind of tell that there's no finish on it, but I don't know. I may be mistaken. But just looking here, I mean,
yours? Because yours is wood body, isn't it?
it is. Yeah.
Do you know what the wood type is?
My understanding is that it's maple, but I mean it's super light. Who knows? Let's see
Treats.
what is going on here in the chat. Scott Brockway says he is the authority on garbage gear for youngins. Yeah, smallmouth guy says that wood trans trim is probably a one-off. Steinberg. Well, I'm sure. Believe
didn't
you
make
me,
that?
I've got questions sent to see if they can get relayed to see if we can figure out what it is. If I can find any more information on it, I will
Tree wood.
relay that on.
Yeah, that's about right.
But that would be, I mean, obviously the person that probably put together, we probably know who that is. So I'll see if I can get a question relayed to that person to see if they have any information about it.
Right on.
Scott Brockway says spotting a Sylvania power tube box. Yeah, I think I saw that earlier. Yeah, all the way over there next to the Coors can.
Right.
I believe that's what that is over there.
Imagine if you'd let loose in that room for a
That's what
couple
I'm
hours.
saying. That's what I'm saying, man. It would just
How
be
many hours did he spend in there?
heaven to just go in there. And, you know, you think of all these years that us Van Halen fans were like, where's the next record? Where's the next record? And
He's in there doing
Eddie's-
whatever he's doing.
He's just in there for a couple of years just working on guitars and stuff, you know, just whatever. So
I don't know where this picture's at.
Tom says next to the Weller. Yeah. What is that there? Is that some kind of incense stick maybe? Dipping down into the oil or
I was thinking pina colada with a stir stick.
Earl.
I don't know.
Earl? Yeah, it could have been the mixed drink from the night before.
Right.
Margaritas. Who knows? Between the Weller and can of Coors. Yeah, that box there. Rob Blackmore says those are treats from Amsterdam in those cake boxes. You never know. Tree wood is what that Steinberger's made of. Appreciate that, Tom.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I would say so. Bent Tom says, when will Rob Johnson have his recreation of this room complete? I don't know. We might see him next week, so you can come back and ask him then.
Is the new chick going to let him do it?
I wanted to have him on tonight, but he couldn't make it, so I got Randy instead.
Discount Rob Johnson.
He didn't want to come on last week because his hair and makeup weren't pretty or something.
Right?
from the
Yeah,
gym.
he had just got home. KXM Rock says that there are probably some cannolis in there. Now, if they're multiple, then it would be cannolis. If you only had one, it would be cannoli, right?
No, cannoli would be the plural of cannoli. There's 14 cannoli in that box.
Exactly.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I said.
But a cannoli is a single unit of measurement.
Okay.
So if you have two, now you got canola. All right.
You know,
Well, I think once you get into the three, you start getting
And if you get a bad one, then you get E.
coli.
Botulism.
Cannoli E. coli. This guy says that is a 6C A7 box.
I don't
Sorry.
even know
Smiley
what
face.
that
He's
is.
putting a
tube
smiley
nerd.
face on.
That's for the monitor for that
Yeah.
back there.
That's a pretty skippy computer. Huh? Remember that?
Man, that was probably, top notch.
There was a couple grand for that thing, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe
Those
that's
little
that.
crappy computers.
Maybe that's that Radio Shack computer that he talks about crapping out with all of
Tandy?
the
His catalog.
with all of the catalog
library.
that was on
Yeah.
it. You remember that?
right.
Yeah. Said they had everything numbered and cataloged in the computer, and the computer crapped out, and they couldn't get anything off the hard drive. So
That's what's in the little glass beaker back there. It's liquid mercury for the monitor when he changes the tubes.
yeah, I'm thinking not.
I don't, Scotty. Tell me what it's a 6C A7.
Martian Murray is here. Welcome in. He says cannoli is my favorite unit of measurement. What are they, about 5x7?
It's funny.
How big are they?
How big is it?
I saw.
Oh, so they're EL34s. Okay.
Blue
talking
Mock
about
says
that.
the cover on the bench is an early Harbor Freight moving pad before they dyed them black and remove the cat hair. Yeah, how can you be a VH fan and not know what 6C A7s are? That's what he used to use in the Marshall, right?
Apparently, yes.
That he blew up all the time.
But I would know it by that. I just knew that they were EL84s or 34s. Sorry, EL34s.
Well, you've got to have two different types of tubes for the power amp and the preamp section.
Right. 12AX7s, obviously, but
Right. So
I never
instead
got so
of 12AX7, use 6C87s.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
what are you
We
talking
got,
about?
We got complaints about. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Jim says the more questions and comments, the more it hides discount Rob Johnson's face.
What were you saying, Randy?
So
Were you
instead
taking
of
the piss out of me.
no, I said the 6CA7s
Yes.
instead of having the So you would use like 6CA7s and EL34s.
Well, you're saying they're preamp too, because Scotty's saying they're a power.
Scott's saying they're
Power
power
tubes.
tubes.
Those would be used in place of EL34s.
like the fancy 6556s instead of 6L6s or whatever, KT88s.
KT88s
Fancy
are
tubes.
bottle.
6C A7s are
EL34s.
power tubes, Sylvania, and different than EL34s.
Interesting.
I'm on
I never
confirmation.
realized 6CA7s were power tubes.
They will fit in an EL34 slot, but you got to rebias for them, correct? Scott?
Beam forming tetroid. Little more dumber down there, Tommy. Not EL34, okay. So it'd be like putting a KT88 in the slot, except it was a 6 at whatever the fuck it is.
Quentin wants to know when we're going to start talking about Pearl Jam. Does anybody know how to ban somebody from in here? Oh, wait. Quentin's our
Put my time
moderator.
Right on.
Quentin, can you ban yourself for a few minutes? Thank you.
He gave me a wrench last night, and I immediately banned myself.
Good call. Good call. All right. I'll be right back.
So EL34 is a beam pentoid, 6CA7 is a power tetroid. Who gives a fuck? Sounds good, I guess. Yeah.
Right.
I found a picture of said tubes. I'll
Oh,
share
good.
it with the rest of you. And actually, let's. Is it too soon to take down to go back?
No,
to
no.
that?
We can go for it.
Damn it.
Isn't the 6CA7 a KT77?
I don't know, man.
Scott? I wasn't asking you. I know you don't know. I don't know neither.
I know that when the war started, it said get these red plate EL34s. I got a bunch of those, and then these types of 12AX7s. Pete Thorne said to get. I got those. That's it. Okay. Those look like
There you go.
KT88s.
So I'm saying I think they're
Z.
I think they're KT77s.
Okay.
They look pretty beefy, don't they?
Yeah, they're like a 606-ish kind of thing.
Well, they're in the same categories apparently as the EL34s and the KT77s.
There is no equivalent. It was a workaround for the Pentoid patent. Okay. Huh. So was it a short run thing, guys? Scotty? Tommy? I don't know.
Pentode. Okay. Somebody else just trying to get in the jam.
What's that, buddy?
It was when a company says, nope, there's no equivalent. It was a workaround for the Pentode patent. So it was somebody trying to get around a patent.
Yeah, but did it take off or what? Is what I'm saying. No, they were standard American tubes.
Okay.
So they should be plentiful then, right, Scott? Or no. Speaking of tubes, has anybody heard about, what is it, American Western or whatever? The guys were going to start doing EL34s and 12AX7s here in the States.
Yeah, didn't they talk about that on Tone Talk a couple weeks ago?
I missed.
Wasn't that made mention? Oh, I think it was like the Nam catch-up episode or whatever.
Yeah, I missed part of it.
I think Dave dropped that information on that one, which I think is cool.
Tracy?
Well, I don't think they're supposed to start rolling out with him sometime this year.
Well, they said
Because-
a year ago they were tooling up for it.
Right. So I know the EL34 market is like, get some from here, get some from there, and
Yeah. I have a bunch of old not old, but I have EV EL34s that Dave sold me because that was the good one at that time. Now he's on to JJ's, I think, or he's back to JJ's. I don't know.
yeah, JJ's went down the tubes there for a while.
Yeah, but Xinhua, that plant in China, is supposed to open. Isn't it?
As far as I know,
They burnt down and they rebuilt it or something like that.
I don't know. My aunt uses 6L6s, so
Didn't you stock up, John, during the Great
Oh,
Famine of
I've got
2021?
I've got a box like this full of them. Yeah.
I don't know what I'd get, but if I needed some, I'd probably go to John's and buy some off of him because he's got a horse.
Just EL34s.
Yeah, what's in the 900 here? A couple of those.
Yeah. It's 50 watt too, so it's cheap.
Oh, jeez.
sound like something broke.
They
Trying to
brotherly
get
love. They're having a
Ramblers
fight
set
over
back
there.
up. Here, I'll mute him. Don't need to hear. Maybe they are doing the brother fight. It's not broadcast. Damn it.
That's what Bo was saying about them tooling up right here.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I want to say Dave talked about that. It's like, oh yeah, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Maybe this year.
That's going to be like $80 a bottle type of thing, probably.
Probably. It's $40 US.
Yeah, well, that'll be $100 Canadian.
Okay, I'm back. Can you guys say everything that you said before again so I can catch up?
We figured out that the 6L, whatever the hell it is a
Do you want to see the picture?
a variant of a workaround for an EL34. And it's
Okay.
an American built tube, similar to a KT88.
Look like this.
Yep. Very cool. Those look like they're blown to hell.
They look pretty juicy. Don't
They're
they?
pre-blown.
Pretty free.
They must have been to Vietnam with you.
Yeah, Bo probably got the good. He said, Bo said he stocked up years ago. I bet you he's got some good old NOS tubes.
Scott says they were known holy grails and all gone long ago.
Eddie bought them all.
Mike himself is here. He says tubes in my Boss Katana 100 watt. Sounds great. Zach knows nothing about tubes.
I don't either. I'm a pickup nerd.
Exactly. Quentin is calling us nerds. That's all right.
Quentin asked if I got his picks yet. And it's like, I did.
He wants
Saw
to
it on
show
Facebook, right? Saw that little letter.
plug.
There you go, Quentin. Thanks, brah.
Let's see. Ed bought like thousands of them. Do you know that for a fact? Have you seen receipts?
An inventory.
Right?
I've seen the receipts for the SLO 100s he bought.
$2,000.
All three of them.
Yep.
One of them is invoiced my birthday, 2/15/1990. So
Cool.
I think that's when he got the first one.
Smallmouth guy is all about the modelers. They're way lighter to carry. Yeah, I heard you say Bo was stocked up. Six Fingered Assault Miles says, I swear by the Sovtech 6L6 WXT Plus and 5881s for high gain amps. The WXT Plus Scream and the 5881s give you massive bottom end.
I've always found that with 606 amps, they always seem to, and I don't know, I think it's probably just perception, but they always seem to have a fuller bottom end than a EL.
No, they definitely do. They definitely do have a fuller. They have more sag.
Quentin James's tubes, signature tubes, pre-blown.
Waka waka waka.
Exactly.
Wait till we get
Give me your tube.
Let's see. Oh, that's what Dave Friedman said. Okay. Ben Tom says, I've seen the check for when he bought a load of Coke.
What did they call
We're talking
it?
Coca-Cola
Krell or
type
Krell?
stuff.
I've gotten a receipt for that.
In the 80s, went through tubes like water with all the gigging.
Right? Rock and roll.
Were they when you in the 80s? Did you just pop tubes in, Bo, or did you have it biased every time? Because that's Friedman's theory, is that those you always blowing trannies and stuff because they're all
Nobody took the
mismatched
time to
tubes.
tune it.
Well, no, mismatched tubes, right?
Yeah.
You'd red plate and blow the fucker up.
So Mike himself says, my 50-watt EVH had into a 212 EVH cabinet with some reverb and delay. It's still my best sounding amp, and I don't even know what kind of tubes are in it.
606.
606,
606.
unless it's the EL34 version. And then
Right.
it'd be
Did they make a 50
EL34s.
watt in EL34?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a stealth then, isn't it, or no?
It is a EL34. Well,
Oh, it's called an EL34.
mine is called EL34 Stealth 100 watt.
I think they all are, aren't they? The EL34s.
I
I don't
believe
know.
so. Yeah.
I don't know. The guy that runs my mom and pop store, he's got a 50 watt and the 2x12 sitting there. He wants like $1,400 for the whole setup. And I'm just like,
That's not terrible. I mean, the head itself is what, $1,200-$1,300 new?
right. And the 212s,
400 and something, $400-$500. Yeah.
It's funny, it seems like 412 cabs are getting more popular for some reason. Because I got mine.
Be
I
right
got a
back.
Soldano 412 vintage 30s loaded, $500 Canadian.
Yeah.
And my other one here, the Egnator with 230s and two greenbacks in it, $500. Now they're like $700-$800 for cabs, it seems.
used or new?
Used.
Oh, I was about to say.
That's Canadian, so that's like $200.
Right.
You guys.
Yeah, it depends. The Mesa cabs still usually go for big dough.
I got you can't see it. I've got a oversized 212 there.
Yeah.
$500.
Yep. I ran an oversized Recto 412 for years with my 5152.
Ooh, that must have thumped like a bastard, eh?
It was loud,
Yeah.
super loud.
I always liked the Recto cabs, the big ones.
Yeah. Vintage 30s, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the cabs are built really beefy, and it's got like the big
I think they're
on the front.
they're not ported or anything, right? So they kind of hold everything in and push it out the front.
Right. And then they're a little bit taller and a little bit wider.
Yeah. And they're really packed. I think they're insulated out the wazoo.
I got
Hell.
lucky. PV cab was a hand me up from my nephews.
Yeah,
That
those
got
are
me started.
built like
And then I had to find a head, and I got the 900 for $600 Canadian.
there we go.
And then saw this Marshall 412 matches the head. It's got the G1275T whatever things in it.
Yeah.
It's $300.
Try and find that now, Trev.
Yeah,
Which is weird.
that was only a couple of years ago.
Yeah. It was like during the
Yeah,
COVID
I was wearing a mask.
Yeah, nobody was biasing anything.
Right? Yeah. Mismatching and just throw it in. And then cranking it too, right? Putting it at stage volume. And then that stage volume was like crank. Get it sorted out.
Yo,
There we go.
I hear
He's
him.
back.
Can he hear
Can
us?
you hear us?
piece of crap equipment over here.
Yeah, can you hear us?
You should get a refund.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can.
Excellent. Well, cheers. Get any fresh beer?
Why did my mic get muted?
Yeah, Trev probably did it. Trev did it because
We heard you kicking around bottles and stuff, and it was probably your brother putting his empties down on the floor.
you were being very aggressive with your brother.
I get you. I was hitting him in the back of the head. No.
That's right. The bottles.
All right, where we at?
Both of them break a beer bottle open.
Quentin.
Yeah, okay, Quentin. I'll invite you. I'll pay you to go play somewhere. Let's see
With
all
two
those
412s,
Cavs.
yep.
Yeah.
So it says 55 minutes north of Detroit. I was the perfect candidate to win the lost weekend in ¡84.
But you didn't.
So I could say I smoked fatty with David Lee Roth and did cocaine off Valerie's titties with EVH. That would have been quite the weekend, wouldn't it?
That's why I love Sova, man. He just tells it like it is.
Wasn't the story that the guy that won it actually had like a serious brain condition or some fucking thing, and he
Right? Yeah,
killed
yeah, yeah.
himself?
No, he's
Yeah, he-
still around, I think.
No, he
Yeah,
just about
he's still
killed himself.
around.
He overdosed or something on something.
Yeah, he partook a little too much,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
and they had to end that lost weekend early.
What was the first concert?
What was what?
What was the first concert that y'all have ever you ever went to?
Rock concert or
1986 Journey for me.
I don't remember the year, but it was Don McLean.
Wow. Was that with the folks?
Yeah, it was. All right, so I grew up. Ryan, you remember Fox 97, radio station that played all the oldies in the 90s?
No. I listened to 96 Rock back then.
Well, yeah. So my dad did. My mom didn't. My mom listened to Fox 97. My
Never
mom
heard of
liked all the. It was 97.1 back in the day, but it was the oldies station, and she won tickets to see Don McLean play this auditorium that's actually attached to where I went to high school.
Perfect.
I don't know, I was probably 13 or so probably around 98, 99.
So would you
Something
say
like
that that was a real concert though, or was it just like a little live music?
Nah, dude, it was 2.5 hours, all his songs. He closed with like a 15-minute rendition of American Pie. That's the only song of his I knew. But
Were there more than 500 people there?
yeah, that auditorium would hold like 2,500.
Okay. I guess that'll
it's not a
count.
real concert.
Yeah.
It's theater size, man.
Right.
What was your first concert, John?
Oh, that's what I was asking. I think I saw Delicate Sound of Thunder. I don't know if that was before or after
That would have been
Monsters of Rock.
80s something.
I went to Seattle. I was at the same concert Scott Brockway was at. Monsters
Nice.
of Rock in Seattle there.
Cool.
You sure that wasn't the 60s?
Am I looking that old, man?
Damn, dude.
Boy,
Yeah,
he just
that-
comes in swinging, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's okay.
That
I know his ilk.
Quentin James says Foghat and the Outlaws. Now you're talking about somebody from the 60s
Right.
here.
Yeah.
My first concert was actually Pink Floyd with my other brother in New Orleans. That was my very
Which tour?
first show. I don't know. They had a big pig flying around, so whenever that was.
It would have
Do you
been
remember the year?
Was that 94 with the...
That Pulse.
Yeah, it would have been
Would've
around
been Pulse.
94.
Yeah. That was the best concert
I
I
went
ever
to
saw.
that. That was an awesome
Pulse.
show.
I went twice.
But that was like my 24th concert, probably, by then.
You know, Joel, I was at that same concert.
Were you?
Just went with some other people.
I want to go
Yeah,
to Pink
it's-
Floyd. Nah, man.
His friends had better tickets, better seats.
That was one of the concerts that was in what was it, BC Place, Trev?
Yeah,
It was in and it's one of those dome top things, right?
football
It
stadium.
holds how many? 50,000 or something stupid like
Let's see,
that.
60 with the floor standing.
Yeah, and the best sounding concert ever because they put speakers
awesome.
all the way around.
And the lasers and the...
So Sova's first was 83, ZZ Top and Cheap Trick and Zebra Eliminator Tour. I remember when they came through where I was living at the time. I wanted to go see that so bad. I was a big ZZ Top fan back then.
How many concerts do you say you've been to, Sova? Like that guy.
He goes
everything.
to one every other week, man.
Yeah, probably
That's what I'm saying.
thousands.
He's got to have been thousands. Man.
Yeah. Quentin's favorite song, American Pie. You know, you're confusing the movie with the song, Quentin.
Quentin Stifler James.
Miles' first was Pearl Jam in '98 South Pacific Tour, because that would be in Australia, right?
That's in South Pacific, yeah.
Bo saw Kiss in '76, Cobo Hall Destroyer Tour. I was like 15.
Awesome.
Nice.
7.
I had tickets to Pearl Jam, I think, around that time, and they went on strike with Ticketmaster or something, and they canceled the show. That one was in New Orleans too, so I never got to see them.
Yeah.
Mine was
Silva
85.
says 1,000+ shows since.
Yeah.
Quentin's first concert now, he says, is a cave painting. His memory's coming back. Yeah, Quentin's remembering the times in Pangea.
Yeah.
Paul McNary. Welcome in, Paul. Ike and Tina Turner review.
Wow. Yeah,
Nice.
in that late 60s, early 70s genre.
Get some music and some spousal abuse in one show.
I was gonna say, I bet that show was a real hit.
Yeah. Shut up, woman!
Got a funky beat.
Mike is himself. 1988. Ozzy. No Rest for the Wicked. Saw Floyd for Division Bell. Saw Rush over 20 times. Wow.
That's a big Rush fan, man. That's awesome.
I heard a rumor today that Rush may be doing something with Alex Van Halen.
Oh, really?
That's just a rumor that I heard.
This thing, though. That would be so classy.
They should put a Rush on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Would I? You know, I don't remember where I saw that or where I read that, but that was something that I read or heard today. It may have been on the radio. I think maybe the local radio station here may have said something that was a rumor. But I thought, man, you think Alex Van Halen could pull off Neil Peart style
think so.
drumming?
Honestly, I don't.
Yeah. Don't
But
know that
who
that would
knows?
be.
What's our exposure to Alex Van Halen as a musician in Van Halen? So
Well, I
we don't
mean,
know
yeah, he for years he played with his brother, so
He could be
he
super
could
accomplished.
he could have the other chops to do that kind of thing.
He
yeah.
gives Danny Carey lessons.
I would rather see him. Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I don't want to offend anyone.
Backspace.
Yep. Delete. But I mean that would be cool. If they came around, I would probably go see that. So
And I think they said, because there was a couple of weeks ago, I know there was some rumors about Getty and
Also-
Alex working together again, but they said it would, even if it is Rush material, it won't be Rush.
well, they put out that they were working with a well-known drummer.
Right?
Yeah. So who knows? De Silva says I was at the BC Place Stadium Floyd show. Nice.
Oh, there we were there together, brother.
94, June 25th.
All of us were there. Trev was there.
That was
I
my
there.
birthday show, so I remember that one specifically. 94 was a really good year.
Sweet.
USS Ranger, remember the big aircraft carrier came underneath the bridge and into the harbor?
Uh-huh.
Bo met the guys from Cheap Trick and Harpo's in the 80s.
Right on.
Andy Carson's first was Van Halen 88, the Omni in Atlanta. Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Oh,
in my
the
neighborhood, man.
OU 812 tour. Yeah.
I guess I started early. I started in 82. My first concert was a freebie. My best friend and I, we were the stick boys for the local WHL team, the Lethbridge Broncos.
Okay.
And they had just come into town from Regina. We were the guys opening the gates and handing them sticks. and shit.
From whose China? What?
Regina. Anyways, they called us up to go help unload the bus, right? And that's shit we would do. And we get free tape and sticks and gum and Gatorade and all this shit, right?
Acid.
And so we unloaded the bus, and it was Alda Nova and Street Heart. I'm sure you all heard of Alda Nova, but you probably may not know Street Heart. But anyway, Street Heart was the headline.
He's the one that plays the Les Paul with the Kramer style head stop.
That's right. And so that was my first experience to a full-blown live concert guitar sound, was him with the Les Paul into the Marshalls. That's the sound I've been chasing. But we unloaded the bus, and then it was like, we knew the show was going on. We grabbed a case of Miller Lite, We had cigarettes we stole from our parents. That was like 13, right? And we hid underneath the bleachers for 2 hours through the sound check to the whole thing, waiting for people to show up. And once the crowd started coming in, we just beelined out into the floor. It was an amazing experience. Hooked after that. Live music.
Gretch Zeppelin here says Getty could play the opening for Jump. You know, I thought about that too. I mean, if he were to go on and play some shows with Rush, would they, you know, break into some Van Halen?
Stage.
Jump! Wow! Do you think that because they were brothers, they had a specific sound that they were able to come up with?
Oh,
because
yeah.
they work so well
Easily.
together?
Yeah, for
Easily.
sure, a family clique that they had. You know, they had that rhythm together.
Yeah.
Just great overall musicians. You know,
Right,
to start with. Huh?
We're brothers, and we can't play together.
Now,
You have
were,
no
your
natural
parents,
rhythm.
You have totally different musical tastes, though.
were your parents musical? Were you boys exposed to playing?
My mother would play
Piano,
piano
shit like that.
from time to time. My dad, no, he played the radio. But
Told us to shut up a lot.
Sit down.
our oldest brother played guitar, so that was kind of my introduction to seeing a guitar, and it was an electric guitar. And I've said it before. I thought that was the coolest thing to plug in this thing and have, you know, a sound come out of a speaker, you know, from this guitar that you're holding in your hand. So
Hondo.
I'm talking even before that. You know,
Hondo.
probably before you were born. Yeah. I just thought that was the coolest thing that you could get, you know, sound out of a guitar like that. Right. So that was kind of my trip. And then obviously, you know, heard Eddie, and that was it for me.
He's like, that's electrifying.
And it's harmonizing now.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we have different musical tastes, is because I grew up with him, you know, learning everything from Eddie Van Halen. So I was like, I hate Van Halen. Not now that I'm older.
What was your
You can leave.
Yeah, I was about to kick him out.
what was your big musical influence growing up?
Guns N' Roses.
Okay. Now you can definitely kick him out.
Yeah. And then I moved on to STP, and
Yeah.
never really liked Bill.
Or we could do this. That's John's favorite lick.
Calling a cat or a dog.
Which did bring in my my Slash guitar that I have.
Yeah. Why don't you grab that and show it? Scott's trying to get banned. Neil wasn't that good. There were plenty of drummers way better than he was technically. He just had a specific style.
Needed a smiley face after that one, Scotty.
Mm-hmm. A little tongue sticking out, you know.
Danny Carey sucks.
So I don't have a million guitars like my brother does, but this is my one electric guitar that I have.
That's beautiful. Look at the
Appetite
matching
burst.
on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the back. It's just that. And of course,
Look at that.
the Maiden, wherever. It's got a quality control sticker on it, so
China.
and it's got the number of which one it was. Why is everything backwards?
1,700,900.
It was a limited edition. There was only 2 million made.
Yeah.
Well, for that year there was 1,000 or something, but
What happened to your
Rob
tuner? Is
Blackmore
it
Yeah,
just,
I was
have
going to
one
say,
of
is
those?
your tuning peg buggered on the one side there?
I let a youngster play my guitar because I like to let other people play when they come over, little kids. And the strap slipped off and, you know, broke off that one.
It's all good. He tunes it up with some vice grips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
You just tune all the other strings to, did you?
To that one.
That's right.
it still holds pretty good. The G, the high G.
Oh, it would be the G one.
Always.
Yeah.
It doesn't need any help on its own.
So here's an interesting thought. Do you think that Gibson or Epiphone is going to start using the Gibson headstock on the Slash guitars?
I hear that any of the signature stuff, and somebody said anything that's labeled as custom will have that headstock. So
I mean, they're doing it with Hammett and Adam Jones, so I don't see why they wouldn't with Slash.
Rock drummer,
Waiting on that couch
Scotty.
and your brother, Ryan.
What's
There's,
that?
What, 5
Oh,
guitars on
Scott's-
the couch?
Oh, so go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, he's looking at
And the
the.
couch, it's like there's like 5 guitars on that couch.
Oh,
And
there's no room in here for any more guitars. Look back there. Move out of the way, Joel, so he can see.
Yeah, we can't even walk around.
So there's guitars that are on the couch. There's guitars that are leaning on the front of the couch. There's guitars all in stands everywhere. Yeah, it's a full house in here. It's hard to move around. It's actually looking like Eddie's 5150 studio.
It's a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
there's no soldering station, is there? I haven't seen one.
Boy, I tell you what,
No
you
ashtrays.
just get him started and he just keeps going. Getty can't sing anymore. I'd rather they don't play, to be honest. Oh, and here you go.
Scott.
Same with Ozzy.
Who else?
I count 23 guitars that are seen.
Yeah, there's one in there. There's one in that case there. There's some cases in the closet there.
I didn't count those.
Did you count all those over there as well?
Yeah, I did count those.
Couple
Yeah,
dozen.
there's several. I need to sell some of them. Anybody want to buy some?
I'm
guitars?
listed. Chlorine and the charcoal, both. I'd be tempted if I lived close by. I mean,
Right.
I know you'd give me terms, so.
Sova's dad played the fiddle and accordion. Polish polka fellas. Well, that'll get your rhythm going, right?
It
Yeah.
will.
That's a big
I
influence
remember-
for sure.
I remember
And-
growing up as a kid, like some of my earliest memories are nestled up behind a basement while my dad's playing with all those buddies in the house, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like I'm talking sleeping kid, like probably 3 years old, 4 years old. I
Yeah.
still remember that.
Quentin's big on the Bon Scott era AC/DC, which
That's good stuff.
if he hasn't deleted it, he had a live stream where he just rocked through some of the AC/DC albums.
Watch some of that. He
Playing
deletes
along with
all
them.
Live streams, though.
Was that?
He deletes all of his live streams. So, I mean,
Yeah.
90%.
Don't know why. Don't know why.
I think he just
to
enjoyed hanging
avoid
out.
getting into tax trouble.
That's it.
Yeah.
Quentin's CIA. He don't need him to see everything he does.
That's right.
Quentin says, boot this guy. You're a moderator. You can boot whoever you want, Quentin.
He doesn't know how.
Especially if it's Scott. No. Bo says, my grandson used to pull the tuner heads off my acoustic in the bedroom. Freaking kids, man.
Right.
Gotta love them.
Set up by Marshall's here. He says, Striper 86, Yellow and Black Attack, Benson HS Auditorium, Portland, Oregon. My mom was a religious person. It's all I was allowed to listen to.
To hell
I mean,
with
take what you
the
can get. That's
devil.
not a bad deal. 86.
Merely freshman.
But it was fun. I bet that was a good show.
Fuck that Bumblebee shit, though. That was funny.
Bumblebee.
They all dressed up in like they had Bumblebee leather pants on. And
Yeah. Scraper.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yellow and black stripes.
Spandex. I mean, yeah.
Quentin says he deletes them because he often runs his mouth. Oh,
Right.
so
Doesn't want a record of what's been said.
it's like our backspace. And delete. Ian's Guitar Shack has shown up. Welcome in.
BTO. Gotta be outrageous.
Bachman Turner Overdrive. Does anybody have a picture of Boston logo? Can somebody find
band?
one? Yeah, the
Boston.
band Boston. Can you find a picture of their logo that we can put up? Scott Brockway, I like Striper. Yeah, well,
of course you do.
figures.
No comment.
Quentin says I put Scott Brockway in timeout for 1 minute. Thank you.
Make sure he puts his nose in the corner.
Yeah. Gets his dunce cap on.
You know, after seeing all those pictures that we were looking at earlier, you know, I only had so much time today to go through and get those gathered up. And I figured that would give us enough content to talk about tonight.
No, you
But,
got queued up by about
Take it when
40
you want it.
minutes.
What's that?
So you
I
got
got it
short
queued
by
up.
about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Needed more.
But
Pictures
it's
in the
kind
green
of
room.
it's kind of inspired me to look and see what other pictures I can find like that, and just look through and see, because it's cool to even see like the empty beer cans. It's like, yeah, it's a regular dude
Right.
drinking beer in his guitar room, working on a guitar.
Yep.
Let's
Oh,
see.
speaking of pictures, you asked about the purple taped stripe pacer. I sent you a picture of him playing it live
Okay.
on Diver Down Tour.
Now, how long did it take everybody to look at this picture and figure out that this is actually an upside down guitar with the city of Boston on top of it?
It was
No
about 10
idea.
years for me,
Oh, yeah, I see it.
which would have been in the mid
It's an ovation.
John was today years old.
Today years old when you realize
I
that?
was never a big Boston guy. I heard that tone. I'm like,
more
this
than, I mean,
guy-
that's one of those albums you can put on from start to finish.
Yeah, Sova's got it there. Upside down spaceship guitars, Boston.
It's an ovation.
Yeah, for all these years of seeing that album cover and listening, once you see it, you're like, oh yeah, okay, I see it. But if you're not looking for it,
Doesn't alter my life in any way. So
no, you're good. Dio's logo said devil upside down. I think I've seen that before.
Right.
Christopher Live Sova said it took him 40 years to figure that out.
He was today years old as well.
Oh, and of course,
51 years for me.
Scott was 2 seconds. He figured that out, of
Oh,
course. Quentin was today years old. Let's put that back up for Quentin.
His birthday's on the October. When is it? What's next month? March 6th, I think
Yeah.
he says.
The third.
Is it the
He'll
3rd?
send you his address, yeah.
Yeah,
It took me 48 years to know that there was a band named Boston.
there you go. You won
Good
better than
stuff in there, man.
There's another one. Gretch Zeppelin says, today. See what everybody can learn watching this show, man. I tell you what.
Right.
There we go. KXM Rock says, I never knew that. Yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Upside down guitar.
Now, would all these people
City
be
of
admitting
Boston.
this if I wasn't the first guy to throw himself on the sword and say, I didn't know that?
I don't know.
Scott, good God.
What's he on about now?
And F Unbelievable is here. He says it's a bass.
That's right.
No, there's
Oh,
three.
it's got 3 strings
I-
on one
I
side.
see 3 tuners down there.
There is only 4 things on the front side, though.
This
Or
is
dingle
true.
wings.
This is true, but that could be support for the bridge.
You can see the head of the peg of the fourth tuner.
Yep.
So maybe it's 3 by 1 bass.
I see Uranus in the background.
Too.
Pardon?
Somebody keep this guy around, Ryan. I like him.
Right?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's got them zingers, yeah. Anyway, I for whatever reason I thought about that, and I said, well, let's throw it up there and see. Let's see. Bo says "Taking Care of Business" was one of the first tunes played at the old Apollo Theater in Hamtramck. They tore it down.
Fucking Debbie Downer. Us old guys. He's like, oh, I remember that time, and then he died. Well, it's like, who cares? We don't need to talk about that. Oh, she was real nice until she got the cancer. What?
That shit changes you, man.
Yeah.
Global debt, we owe Uranus.
There you go.
Watch out for the Klingons.
Yep. The crusties.
Well, Randy, how's that new guitar been treating you, man?
Oh, dude, I got it set up nice.
What'd you
The
have to
other
do to
night?
it?
Well, it had 10s on it, and I'm a weakling and play 9s,
I
so
do too. Yeah.
I play 9 to 46s, so I just
I'm
put those
even
up.
worse. I went from 9046 back to 9042.
I can't do the 42s, man. I like a fatter string on the bass side and some slinkiness to mess up playing solos. But I restrung it and oiled the fretboard a little bit and leveled out the bridge, and intonated it, and it's right on now.
You're happy.
Is he
Oh, yeah.
talking dirty? Like right now?
He is. Yeah, that's what we do.
I looped it up.
Oiled up the board.
I put a fresh 9-volt in her. Give her some juice.
And
It's
I
really-
laid back, and
It's really buzzing now.
Yeah, you pop the knob, and it gives you some extra B. It's in standard hit metalworks. These guys don't like E flat, so
We love
Yeah,
it, but
we gotta
all the
keep it in standard.
damn tracks are. What's Scott saying here? He's like an old dog that poops on himself.
That could be.
You still love him?
I need to get to this though. Man, we have got Jimmy Ray Hawkins in the chat. Channel member says, OU812 sent you a couple EVH picks. Great show. Hello, everyone. Have a good night. Right on, Jimmy. Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Big support to the channel. We appreciate you, Jimmy. So let me see what he sent me here. Oh, I got
It's Jimmy's dick.
some pictures from Randy Price here still. Oh, you got a picture. I didn't see these come through or hear them. Let's see. We've got this one here. Requesting isolation.
Proper modulation.
So that's the purple Pacer
Oh yeah.
Kramer. Now look at all those speakers behind him, or whatever those are. Those could be cardboard boxes painted like speakers. When David Lee Roth toured, when he went solo, he had all that stuff, didn't he?
Yeah.
He took all that with him.
Yep.
You talking
They
about
always-
the pants?
That's a hell of a hairdo too. Look at that, eh?
Right? Always smiling, man.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I really liked about Ed and his playing was just always the joy that you could see that he was having.
Yep.
Have you guys ever seen a depressed guitar?
I know where this is going.
Is this a joke?
Well, I mean, I asked him. I said, "Well, how bad is it?" He says, "It's B minor." I said, "Well, don't fret." That's it. That's the end of the joke.
Ryan, take his phone away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of him here. See ya.
I think I agree with you, Tommy. That's what I was thinking.
Hey, stop picking on me.
Let's see. Patty says Boston, Don't Look Back was a great album. Yes, it was, Patty. I think that was my introduction. Was that album? My sister
name you a single tune off of
listened to
that.
Boston quite a bit.
I've seen them. I saw them on their third stage tour. Like, oh, Amanda. Went with a girlfriend. It was worth it. We had fun.
Before or
Paid off,
after?
did it? Paid off.
Scott says he's probably going to unfriend me again because I like Striper. You might find that you're not able to get back into this chat next time you come in.
Banned.
Nah, good banter. Jeff H. $5 super chat. He says, I just had to hear that money, dollar tune. Too lazy to rewind the stream. Well, here you go. You'll get it twice.
We come back and catch it on replay.
Hopefully you'll come on Sunday and jam with us.
I'm glad you finished that end of that sentence.
Right.
With the end.
Only thought that was going a different
Well, I
direction.
was like, whoa. You never know with John these days after the information you found out about him.
Right.
How's your
always
wrist
there.
strength, Jeff?
Every time I hear that, I want to start taking my clothes off.
Exactly.
The Money song?
Yeah.
I'll be sure not to play it again.
Being in the same room.
He comes up. He just walks up here with his Johnson hanging over your shoulders. Oh, hey, brother.
With his balls on your shoulder.
Good Lord.
Something about that tune gets me all going here.
Well, that is a Robertson trait to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Over,
All right, carrying on. Rob Blackmore official says David Lee Roth took that all with him because he was spending too much in cocaine. Could be.
I thought he had a $200,000 weed bill he had to pay or something.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, Scott Brockway. If you want to get with your guitar, you got to learn to get the G string off.
I mean, if you're David Lee Roth, people are going to give you weed. And you're not
Hey,
going to
this-
be ending up paying.
This guy gets me.
Jimmy Ray says, I sent an EV8 striped Lamborghini and also Edward giving the double bird to legendary bassist Leland Sklar for his book, Everybody Loves Me. I guess that was, maybe that was in an email because I don't see messages. Let me check email here. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Oh, cool. All right. Requesting isolation.
Coming at you. Cool.
Wow, that's a
Can
commitment.
you know,
That is
can,
cool.
can you imagine having enough money to, one, own the Lamborghini, and then two, have it
like
striped
Eddie
up like that?
And then 3, drive it like Eddie Van Halen. You hear the story of him jumping in his Jeep and going down to get that Soldano.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right, here's
It's
another
gonna take
picture.
45 minutes. I'll be there in 15.
He was in his GMC Cyclone when he went down to get the Soldano.
Fair enough.
Very cool.
Yeah. Now,
Well,
was there
this-
only one of those, or did other people do that too? I mean, if you had the tinted windows, could people be like, whoa?
Well, that would be pretty gaudy if it was Ed driving it.
What if the owner's not even a Van Halen fan? He just likes red, white, and black stripes.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Where is it now?
We're like, hey, Ed, we're going to do a live stream and just talk about you all night. Oh, yeah?
Just keep playing, man.
Just keep playing. At least he's got a smile on his face even there.
Yeah.
All right. Requesting non-isolation. Thank you, Trev. Let's see. Scott says, I know lots of bad musician jokes. Here's one. Did you hear about the singer who locked his keys in the car? It took him an hour to get the drummer out. You know, that would kind of be funny because it's true. Jeff H is going to try to stop by on Sunday, but it's not as young as I used to be, so can't promise nothing.
We hope you can come by, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Let's see.
There's just all kinds of jokes in these.
Gretch Zeppelin, I brought my Lambo. Give me something to drive on, man.
Sliding the seat back.
The Island Highway would be fun if you could get everybody else off the road. See the Sky Highway from here to Whistler.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, if you could get everyone else off that road,
Mm-hmm.
a couple hours, you could have a really good time.
Just go for
Been a
it.
lot of accidents up there. A lot of these guys take their Lamborghinis and their McLarens and their crap up there. A lot of motorcycle deaths too, because every spring there's a whole 8-pack of bikers going up to see the Sky Highway because it's nice out. And
Mm-hmm.
2 of them fucking clip into each other and fall off into the ocean. Crazy.
Wow.
It's called attrition.
Selection. Survival of the fittest.
That's kind of like
But it is a
The
nice
thing
drive.
is, here is we've got a large community of people that are 16 years old and have Lamborghinis.
Ridiculous amounts of disposable.
Really?
income.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really?
So they 16-year-old just got their license or whatever it is, and they wind her up and turn the traction control off, and guess what happens?
Yep. Yep. Off it
And
goes.
they
Done
drive them in the
over with.
snow, and they'll get them taken away because they've been going 180 kilometers an hour in a 60-kilometer-an-hour zone or some shit.
It's like 55, ain't it?
I was going to say it's still
Exactly.
like 55.
About 100.
100 is a 60, so a 200 is a $120.
You're gonna play us out with some sexy music.
Over there, 2 hours. That flew by.
Yeah, Tom. We're gonna. The rest of the world deals in kilometers, except for that place just below us, and Great Britain for some reason.
I
Everything's
think
in
they're
kilos,
aboard.
but
No, they're metric now.
yeah, but everything's still in miles per hour.
Yeah, but they still
Well,
drive
they're
on
doing
the
the
wrong side of the
50-50
road.
They
That's
So
true.
I was talking about the Tail of the Dragon in Tennessee. 312 curves in 11 miles. The best drive ever. I have ridden that on my Yamaha R1, and that was quite the drive. You have got to be on your toes every step of the way. Well, if you're going the speed limit, it's not bad. But if you're driving it aggressively.
What was that? Those videos you did on your channel there, where you were riding up that Blood Mountain, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah,
You'd love to see the Sky Highway on your bike back in the day. That's exactly what that's about. And you're up and you're down, and you're along railroad tracks. You're into the ocean.
How long has that highway been through there?
Oh, you've probably been up it. If you've gone to Whistler, you've gone.
Yeah,
up it.
I've been to Whistler, so I've probably seen.
Well,
it.
pre-Olympics was different, John. It was a goat trail. After the Olympics,
That's
it's
true,
double
yeah.
divided. There's lots of passing. It's so much better. They spend a lot of money. Got the Olympics. We need to build a better highway. Ching.
Yeah, so was right. I had a buddy get creamed by a semi truck on the Dragon probably 15 years ago.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and it's easy to do if you're not paying attention.
Right. It's drifting a little bit at the wrong time.
Where were
Well,
we
what about
at?
the other guys cutting corners, though? Right? I mean, that's something else.
Yeah, you got to watch for that as well. Yep.
We were riding together, Ryan, and they had to have a helicopter come get some people that had wrecked. So when I had the Triumph and I went up there with you, I don't know if it was I don't think
Yeah,
it was
that would have been Blood Mountain.
Blood Mountain.
Yep. Fun ride. What does this mean? Thursday night is now wide open for you guys. It was it was always open. What's changed? Not sure what he means.
You had a Thursday night show.
Maybe he's enjoying the show and he's saying this is the best thing to do on a Thursday night. This
Could
is
be.
wide open. Put the
Could be.
pedal to the
Could be.
metal.
Transtrim Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Transtrim Thursday.
Are you going to play us out?
I can. Are we done? Huh?
Good to go. I got 16 hours before I got to do something.
Had to remember how to play that real quick.
Sounded good.
No, I think we're good to wrap it up. No more questions in the chat, nothing like that. So,
Mitch
Randy-
is already out of here. He's like, good night, see ya.
yeah, I'm done, guys. Been waiting for you guys to say you're ending.
Bruce is getting on the same bus as me.
You're already 4 minutes over. Jeez. So, Randy, you got anything closing?
Nope, I couldn't find the pic. I've got some 5150 pictures that a lot haven't seen. I'm gonna have to dig out and I'll send them to you.
We'll look forward to that.
Cool.
Thanks for being here. I enjoyed you hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for the
Awesome,
invite.
brother.
Since we have kind of an opening on Thursday nights, maybe we get you to come back a little more often on Thursdays.
Does
That
this mean R2
shouldn't
had
be
to
a
work
problem.
late?
This is what?
I said R2's not here. Does that mean he had to work late? Oh, poor R2. There's going to be some gifts in the chat tomorrow.
Yeah, everybody they're replacing R2.
Yeah. Meet
Just-
R5.
Just to fill in. Just to fill in.
Right,
on
right.
Thursdays. R2's permanent
R2 will call you
fixture.
up. I heard that somebody was.
Yeah, I heard I'm
replacing
getting
me.
replaced. What's going on?
Just reaching out to you, you know.
I heard it. Oh.
He doesn't need the link. He can jump in anytime.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
He's actually one of the better guitar players on here that I've seen.
Very good.
Boy, he's just throwing it from back there. In the elbow.
He's excellent, but like Eddie, he's unreliable. Or temperamental, I guess. Eddie
Mitch
was
actually has a guitar lesson he's got to get to. All right, man. Catch you later, man.
It's an honorable cause.
Thanks for jumping in. Andy Carson saying have a great weekend. All right.
Right on. And he
Will
was
do.
here the whole time, right? I mean,
Yeah,
he was
man.
10 minutes late, but we're not going to hold it against him.
kind of liking these flow picks again now.
Yeah. I'm still all over these Black Fangs. I'm going to go buy a 36 pack of these Black Fang 94s. And that'll be the last bag of picks I have to buy.
Where did you pick
$42.
those up at?
What?
I said, where did you pick those up at?
A little
The internet.
retailer called Long and McQuaid in Langley, BC. It's the only store in my province, which is like a state, but it's different because we're in Canada.
Kind of like how Louisiana has parishes instead of counties.
Yes. Yep.
Really?
We have districts, not counties.
Right.
What do we call it? Districts? What do we
Districts
call
and municipalities.
Apologies. Yeah. Jimmy Ray, good to jump in the chat. Yeah, man, it was good to see you. Like I've mentioned before, I do watch most, if not all, streams, some live, some replay. Take care, all. Have a good night, or whatever time zone or part of the world you're in.
it? It's awesome to see you.
Appreciate you jumping in, Jimmy. Yeah.
Miss you, brother.
Let's see, Jeff. I'm a big fan of the John Petrucci guitar pick.
Yep. Hang on. Which one? The JP Jazz
Requesting isolation.
Isolation.
So that's a Jazz 3 that's got the teardrop on it, or the cutaway on the top?
No,
I kind of like the look of that.
the top is Ultex, but the top part of it's like that carbon. I think they call it carbon fiber, and it's got his logo embossed in it.
Right.
And then
That's the Jazz 3.
Like a smaller version of the Petrucci pick.
yeah, it's a Jazz 3, but it's actually a little bit bigger than a normal Jazz 3.
I like the tip on it, but I can't hold it in my thumb.
Then he came out with. I'm a Petrucci fan, so I have to try all his picks. And the logos have worn off these, but these are his flow picks. They're a little bit smaller than the regular flows. I mean, that's kind of it next to the gloss flow. It's just a smidge smaller.
Right.
And then his newest one, he calls it the Trinity.
Oh,
It's like a smaller tri-tip pick, and that one in the flow is probably my favorite one.
you never really have to worry about how you pick that.
No, Tom, that would be the JD Jizz, the John DeShane.
DD Jazz 3 pick.
That's a Vietnam exclusive.
I thought that was
Got a little lime zing to it.
And then I got these that oh dear Lord.
Oh, dear Lord.
Dear Lord.
Those picks suck. I tried using those. They didn't last very long.
They're not for playing, they're for, putting up.
Yes, I know.
I don't
Thank
even
you,
think
Patty.
he uses them.
Patty
Appreciate
in the chat.
Appreciate
I hope
you,
that
Patty.
infection in your foot gets better. Glad you're on your meds, and take it easy, man. Heal quickly. Send our love, Patty.
Oh, you were right, Randy. Remember I said I paid 16 or 17 bucks for this pick? It was a three or four pack. So
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. You only can get them in a 3-pack or a 12-pack, and the 12-pack is like $28 here, so that's like $100 for you.
exactly.
Right?
I need a favor. Let me see. I'm looking for a link here. Okay, here it is. Can I copy the link? Let's try that. All right, let me see. Let's see, paste. Oh, holy crap.
It's too big.
Holy smokes, look at that. What do you got there?
I received Patty.
I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, that's not really what I meant to do there. All
I've
right.
already lost one of my
It's even bigger in the
$17
StreamYard.
picks.
Say what?
I've already lost one of my $17 picks here. The fuck did it go?
Oh, yeah. It was way too big to get into StreamYard. Let me click this over here. See what it does.
Oh, well.
And that's Vietnamese bent on.
Yeah, that's not working.
I love that Patty has your shirt on. That's
Right?
fantastic.
I sent that to Patty as appreciation for everything that Patty's done for the channel. Let me get rid
Huge
of that.
supporter.
Huge supporter. Patty sent me that Diver Down guitar that's right there. That is decorating behind the amps. Right there in full view.
It's because Patty's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now that I've played this the whole show, I've tried my other pick. I like this one better now. I'll stick with this one.
All right, I'm trying to clear this out here. So the show is over, everybody. So right now
Yeah,
we're just like,
bullshitting, guys.
this is extra. This is just, bull crap that we're doing. So we're
This
just
is
gonna.
usually what happens when the camera's off.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna
Right.
sit here.
Jimmy Ray says, I've been a pick snob on picks. I play Red Bear Guthrie Govan picks.
What are
Stupid
those?
money, but I feel like I can run faster like an 8-year-old with Nike or whatever you like.
Red Bear Guthrie God. Okay.
Yeah,
let's have a look.
those things are expensive.
Are they? Have you tried one?
Translated by
Hell no, they're like $30 for a pick.
Holy Christ! What was that called again?
let's see.
Guthrie Govan. What?
Red Bear.
That's not what comes up when I put in Red Bear.
Well, that's because you never mind. You got to use a O in .com.
Let's see.
I broke my wrist when I was a teenager, so when I started learning guitar, it just kind of hurt to hold the pick, so I just always, used my fingers and strummed with my fingers. So to this day, I can't pick the strings out. I just,
So you finger style, Lindsey Buckingham style.
or just smack the crap out of them, yeah.
$45 for one of those picks. I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
105 on Reverb. No, Guthrie can.
I gotta go wire a rock and pick up my kid at a bus. I'll be back in 10 minutes if you guys are still here.
I
Red Bear Trading Pick Jazz or extra.
I mean, our
Oh,
picks more expensive because they like guaranteed not to break or something. They made out of
Depends on what they're made out of.
Everything's gone boutique, right? So there's, you used to have what Fender light, medium, and heavy for the most part, and then Dunlop got into it, and we used to always play the blue
Tortex.
1 millimeters, yeah, the blue 1 millimeters, and now
See,
it's
Bruce?
all
Better Bruce.
like these ones that Randy turned me on to, which is Steve. They're 2
Steve's
millimeter
fault.
thick, but where you actually hold them, they feel like a 1 mil almost, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
it's
yeah,
neat.
Patty. With the OU812 tag, and I've got a Van Halen tag there, and another one behind it.
And a ball shirt too.
Yep. Van Halen tag there. The,
Baseball shirt.
the calendar right here to my
There it
right
is.
that I keep
Did I
track
make
of
a
all the
mistake?
days that Patty made for me.
Well, you're talking about a ball shirt, John. We got some people in this chat that's a little twisted.
Okay, so baseball, whatever.
It's like a baseball style shirt.
jersey or something.
Let's see. Bo uses the Dunlap Flex Jazz 2 pick, 0.73 and 0.88.
Too thin.
I tried those flexes a while back, and I didn't really like them.
I got one. What is this shit?
Jeff, it always goes into oblivion for me. It's like some kind of black hole that it disappears to, and it's just.
I just
gone.
put it in my hand, and I never even tried it. It's like no.
Let's see. Jeff says the dude behind you looks like the dude under you. Yeah. Yeah, it was a jersey that Patty sent. Yeah.
Yeah, no, no offense.
Jimmy Ray says, wow, I need to see some used on eBay or whatever. Didn't know they were that much. I pay $38. They last forever unless you drop it and it goes into the pig void abyss. Yep.
Which is almost a guarantee. At
I just
some
about
point.
lost one of these already within a 2-hour stretch. I haven't gone anywhere.
he called me dude.
Well, that's better than calling you a chick or something, I guess.
Yeah, guess so.
Yeah, those
All right.
carbon fiber ones are cool.
Well, I've got a fresh brew to finish.
Where's mine?
Did you need another one?
Sure.
Here, I'll even open it for you. Listen. Ooh, fresh.
I heard a mountain somewhere.
Mountain Spring somewhere.
Yeah.
Symmetry is watching from the van. Jeff H., if we could visit that void you mentioned, we'd find all the lost guitar picks and left socks. Yep.
That's That's right.
Anyone else do the carpet trick? Throw a pick and then see if you can find it camouflaged in the carpet.
If he's talking about sharpening them on the carpet, I've tried that.
Wall of Cries, who might be showing up behind Randy here in a minute with
He's
a
over
mask
here.
on. My favorite pick are Matt. What is that?
Hafey.
Hafey? 10.
Yeah, right here. Like to request isolation.
We got you.
A lot of jazz pick lovers on your.
Yeah, it's got like his little Japanese logo on there that you can't see.
Yeah, it's something to grab onto, though, right?
Yeah, it's got a really sandpapery kind of grip. And it's got some other kind of Japanese logo thing on the back of it.
Cool.
But yeah, these are like the super tiny Jazz 3s. I think they're nylon too.
Ooh, I hate nylon.
So do I.
Patty is asking what my brother's name is. His screen name is Rambler.
He's a rambling man.
Because I
And
just talk so much. I just
That's-
never shut up.
That's Kaler Nut. So we don't have R2, we've got R5 and Kaler Nut.
My real name is Joel. Or Joel, as some people say.
Joel to the world.
sharpening them on carpet. I've never heard of that before.
No,
See, Steve knows what I'm talking about. You get like a regular, a regular pick or whatever, and if you want to sharpen the tip of it, make it more pointy like a jazz, you sit there and just rub it on the carpet.
Like a dog.
You do what now?
You take the pick and then you rub it on the carpet.
You do it in a.
He's on the other end. That's on the other end of the pick.
Oh, man. Scott says if you have a dryer, they're probably in the dryer.
Yep.
Jeff, what do y'all keep all your guitar picks in? I keep them in the package over there on top of my rack. I got stuff piled up there. And
They're
then
just kind of all over the place.
over here, they just thrown on the computer desk as I need them. When
Yeah.
when I do a show, I'll usually put one right here next to my mouse, and then I'll have 3 or 4 over to the right for backup in case I drop one into the abyss,
He has
Which
a
has-
huge rack.
which has happened. Thank you. Steve says he has leather pick wallet key fobs.
What?
I've seen those.
Leather pick wallet key fob.
Does it have the little snap thing on it where it snaps?
Oh, okay. Like a little purse for your fucking keys.
No, for the picks. You put the picks in there and it's got a top that goes over and it snaps.
Very, very
How
of
trendy.
you.
Ben has a great, or Bent Tom. Why don't I say Ben? What do you do if you have no carpet?
Hide them in his taint.
AstroTurf.
Stick them up your rear. Mitch has just read. I thought you were leaving, Mitch. I thought you had a guitar lesson to get to. I just read that about sharpening a pick on the carpet. Jeff says our dog used to rub it on the carpet, so we got him neutered.
Right?
I tend to sometimes almost put the pick sideways when I strum down, and it can get burrs on it. Mm-hmm. Right away, into the bin. Screw it. Not
Yeah.
blowing a string for that.
Jeff has a glass skull with a cork in the top of it. My guitar picks are in there.
There you go. Yeah.
It used to have whiskey in it or something, right?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
This show's great when it's on 2 wheels, just missing Headless USA. Natalie. Yeah, she'll be back around.
It was last week.
Are they saying the show needs a female touch? Is that what he's saying?
Well, everybody likes it when Natalie comes on.
It's funny, everybody behaves too for the most part.
For the most part.
Except for boner jams.
Well, that's kind of he's
A
trying to
given.
do his thing. She ain't having it, so he's pushing a little harder than he should.
Brock, Scott Brock. It's getting late for me. Scott Brockway. I don't wear jeans anymore, so I don't have a pickpocket. He just walks around in his underwear, from what I've heard.
What a life.
You wear a kilt.
Tim Mussman, welcome in. Is that a new name? Have we seen Tim before?
I think so. I think I've seen him in here before.
Well, welcome back. If it's your first time, welcome in. If you've been here before, welcome back. Be a little more talkative in the chat. We'll get to know you.
Hi, Tim.
Jimmy.
We're cracking up, Jeff. I'm glad somebody's enjoying it. Yeah, this is for sure right here. Blue Mock says Steve uses picks that can pick up a 454 block overboard. fully built.
Is he 4 millimeter or something like that?
4.2
Yeah, because
is the flow. It's the flow pick he uses. 4.2.
That's too much. I tried that.
Jeff has a question. Hey, when are you going to have a show where we discuss and try to make sense of music theory and such?
I'm out.
We can do that, but I won't be here. I mean,
Right.
Maybe we'll have John do Theory Wednesday or something, but yeah, I won't be here.
It's the first, the third, and the fifth. And if you want to make it minor, you just flatten the third. There, that's all you need to know.
It's
There
the
you go.
third Thursday of next week.
And I won't be here.
Right.
I don't know. It's just I don't know.
You know, I was having a conversation with my buddy about theory, and no offense, but to the theory nerds.
So apparently right now, Jeff H. is when we're doing that.
Right. I don't know anything hardly. I mean, everybody knows a little theory. You know, the basic, baby food or whatever. But I always just feel like the guys, especially nowadays, that you see on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever, that are such learned players. Yeah. It's that's cool and all. You can play 1,000,000 miles an hour and you can tell me every note you played and how it relates to whatever. Where's the songs, man? Where's the tunes?
Right.
Yeah.
None of them write good songs.
Welcome back.
Well, that was
Made it. Got her.
Hello,
Wait,
child.
hi.
safe.
She can't hear us, can she, Trev?
They're saying she can't hear us. Can you? No. She can't hear you. But she says hi, and they all say hi back.
She brought home groceries. That's it.
Yeah, well, it's because she was standing for 10 minutes. I'm like, it's going to be a few more minutes. It's just going to be a few more minutes. I'm like, okay, I got it.
She's nearly 30 years old, and Trev still talks to her like she's 5. Say hi to everybody. Hi.
She didn't look like
22. She's still my little peanut.
I tend to like using hyperbole, Trev, in case you haven't noticed.
All right, I get it.
Hyperbole.
There we go. Quentin will do that with you. Jeff, why don't you hook up with Quentin and you guys can go live together and you can do your basic theory live stream. I would watch that. I just wouldn't
I was
participate.
interested in posting it.
Apparently, his theory is to have 6 fingers.
Well, you get the swinging dicks in there, right? Is that a suspended second or is it a flat 5? Who gives
Right.
a fuck?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, that was Scott and Marshall last night on there with him.
In its most basic raw form, is it a G sharp or an A flat? I can hear that one a lot.
It's whatever my tuner says it is.
Well, apparently, if you're
Right.
going down, it's going to be a flat, and if you're going up, it's going to be a sharp. Generally speaking.
Yeah.
So in music written out, you literally will see either a flat or a G sharp or whatever the heck.
It's just going to
I've
be a
never
dot
seen
on
an
a
A
line. I mean, and you're going to play the note, but what you would call it is it's grammar, I guess, right?
I don't know.
At that point.
I call it the note that sounds like this. Play that note.
Meow.
Oh man.
Well, the root note that you first play is what your ear is going to go to.
You don't
So
always have to start on the root.
you don't have to, but
Yeah, there you go, Tommy. You jump on here and preach.
that's
You
not
don't have to
knows
always
his
do this
stuff.
shit.
See, Patty has the final word here. She says, I love watching you guys playing the guitar and always a great show, which we've done absolutely none of tonight. Sorry, Patty. But
Just a little bit. Great intro.
well, it's the routine intro. It's the, keeping it consistent.
It's been a fun. I mean, did Doug going through those pictures and doing the deep dive into the all natural.
I'm silent ampless at the moment, so
See, finally, I agree with Scott. He says on guitar it doesn't matter because you can't play a perfect third anyway. So, to hell with the theory, right?
Pretty much.
Tom, he says I'm not even going to get started. I already heard several incorrect things.
exactly.
Not from us because we never claimed to know anything.
Right.
We're just a bunch of idiots
Yeah.
that know
nothing
how
just-
to play a couple power chords and a few leads. So you didn't hear it from
That's
us.
Yeah.
I bought a book one time but didn't read it.
Yeah. The rule is one of each letter name per note is a key.
But I've seen
What?
an A and an A sharp in the same thing.
Okay.
That's how
Played
you
in the key of
open
A
up-
sharp.
I love to hear Paul Gilbert talk. Can't talk anymore. Paul Gilbert talk music theory. To quote Forrest Gump, he has a way of explaining things so I understand them.
Fair enough. I saw the Beato interview, and that was pretty good. I had a whole new
With Forrest
respect for the fellow after that. Yeah.
With Forrest Gump.
And they talked about all kinds of shrimp. There's pineapple shrimp and Creole shrimp. And
Shrimp stew,
Shrimp and potatoes.
shrimp gumbo, butterfly shrimp, boiled shrimp, shrimp
coconut
stew.
shrimp.
Yes, this is true, Jeff. We've made very few mistakes on the guitar tonight.
That's awesome.
I've heard a few clams with John up there strumming on that thing, but
Yeah, I've even disgusted myself on occasion.
Hey, Ma!
If you want to hear mistakes, just let me play. And that's
Bo says that we sound like we've been smoking his strain. Deep discussion.
Purple Haze.
Jazz 3 shrimp.
Don't forget about the Petrucci shrimp.
Tortex shrimp,
See-
nylon shrimp, Oltex shrimp.
Brown
the-
vomit shrimp.
Shrimp
This is-
penis.
This is. I resemble this remark from Mitch. He says, "I know very little about theory, and what I do know, I don't apply it to the guitar." Oh
It is
man!
as stupid does. Yeah.
Yep. Drop D shrimp. Trans trim shrimp. Shrimp.
Open tuning shrimp.
Got R2 shrimp, R3 shrimp, R5 shrimp.
Unbucking shrimp.
Speaking
Single
of
coil shrimp.
speaking of shrimp, what's the difference between a shrimp and a prawn?
Size. Once it gets bigger than your pinky, it's a prawn.
They're both water bugs.
I think one of them has like 8 legs and 2 pinchers, and the other one has 10 legs or something like that. I don't know.
And there's
I know
two
there's-
kinds of lobsters, right? There's the Caribbean lobsters that don't have the claws, and there's the Atlantic lobsters that got the big old claw. They're just
the
big
ones,
old shrimp, aren't they?
They're the ones that come out of the water and go, "Hey, man."
Give me some Creole seasoning. With it.
Hip says, "Yep, just size." Jimmy Ray comes back 5x7.
Love dogs.
Yep.
Oh man. Quentin. Wait, I've had the crabs twice. Itchy.
Bastards.
Bleach.
Proof of that, right?
You need Clorox bleach.
Ken says a prawn will bite. A shrimp, not so much.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I know
the-
they're
all
the size
the-
of a bug, and you have to take their skin off and pull their shit sack out to eat them. It's like, no.
Veining them, they call them. Veined or deveined.
Water bugs. Mud bugs
Yep.
is what we call crawfish.
Tasty little fuckers is what I call them. Let's throw some garlic butter in there, some fresh crack of pepper, and
But
You
you
haven't-
put garlic butter and pepper on anything, and it's delicious.
yeah.
You haven't had crawfish
Except for escargot.
until you've had them New Orleans style.
Very
Tried
spicy,
escargot once.
spicy,
I'll never
spicy.
eat.
Spicy with the corn and the potatoes all boiled in.
Yeah, I'd have
Boiled potatoes, shrimp, scampi.
Good
I-
jambalaya.
All
Nothing to
potatoes.
shake a stick in.
I ain't sucking no head.
Anybody
Quit.
can do Cajun if you buy Tony Chachere's seasoning.
I've got
Or
that
what?
here.
What was that other brand of Zatarans?
Zatarans, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that in the closet.
They make a good dirty rice. I called it Zatarans, but we're Canadian, so.
Well, now you know it's pronounced Zatarans.
Zatarans.
Yeah, they used to
Zatarans.
have the old commercials with the jazzers. Zatarans.
The birdie race is awesome. I love me.
Let's see. Trev, can you do the fresh cracker pepper move again?
It massages the head.
Oh, my word. You sure?
Did you work at Olive Garden?
Delete.
This is why Quentin deletes all his videos.
Would you like some more cheese on that?
Oh,
You call
fresh
it,
Parmesan?
There we go, Tom. I agree. You call it Zatarans, or I will reach through this phone. Zatarans.
I call it good.
Tastes a little box of rice.
Jeff says, anyone ever hear David Lee Roth tell the joke about the Cadillac with right mirror don't work, right door, right turn signal, etc.? Was an old radio interview. I don't believe I've heard that one.
Yeah, neither.
Thanks for leaving out the punchline.
Yeah.
Tom says we already know that Canadians say everything wrong. And not only that, they put U's in words that don't need a U. Like
Boot.
color. I mean, COLOR. I mean,
Do you spell tires with a Y or an I?
Why?
It depends.
Center. SENTRE.
Huh?
I don't get it. That's more of a French style.
You know
I
the
guess.
thing
They
is
put
that-
an E in liquor too, don't you?
Liqueur.
Liqueur. There's a U in there somewhere.
Cool.
And they put
You
they put an extra letter in whiskey as well.
No, we take
Whiskey.
it out.
You take
you
it
guys
out.
put the E in. We take out the E.
Whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Irish
Whiskey.
style.
We put
Whiskey.
Cool Whip on our whiskey.
Look, man, I
I
grew,
got a fine Canadian rye. Y'all might recognize this label from my debut performance on the New Year's Eve show.
I grew up watching South Park, so I thought all Canadians' heads were like two separate pieces.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not your friend, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy.
Well, it's funny because we have the British history, but the States right here. So it's a bastardized version of everything.
Yeah.
You got all those Frenchies on the east
They
side.
can fuck right off, all of them.
Stick to what you're good at.
they
Losing
had a
wars
big
and making
separatist
bread.
movement. They had a big separatist movement over here, and they wanted to go and join France. France didn't want them. No, you're not. Nope.
What? You can't come back here. You left. You're gone.
No,
We don't want you.
No, none of that.
And you hear like Parisian French talk. It's all sexy, and
Yeah.
these guys in Quebec, they're
It's Newfie French.
That's how I felt moving to Georgia from Mississippi. Nobody wanted me.
Now just talk a little bit slower. It's no big deal.
Oh man, need a southern drawl.
So,
Yeah,
John, you don't have any silent means of playing guitar anymore.
I've
You
got
sold-
absolutely nothing. I
You
Nothing.
liquidated it all already.
I dropped
Really?
off the IRX today.
Really? Wow.
Next week I'll have something.
Oh, he done ordered a head rush.
Stay tuned, folks.
There we go. He got that Fender Tone Pro.
I look forward to what he comes up with.
No.
No. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see.
Keep us out. John's building a wall to keep us.
Exactly. Sending over a joke without the punchline. Way to go. Building a wall to keep U.S. out.
Most of my friends are American. What do you mean?
I think
We want to tear down the wall. Go back to the days when all you did was flash your driver's license to drive down to Seattle.
Right? Yep.
Didn't need a fucking passport.
Well, how stupid is this? I don't know how it works for Canadians, but if I were to go to Canada, I don't have a passport.
You can't.
I
can't
can.
do
Yes,
it
I
anymore.
can.
Can't get
I can
back
get.
in, though.
I can get into Canada with my birth certificate
Yeah.
and my driver's license,
But
but
can
the
you get
U.S.
back in?
the U.S. won't let you back in with your U.S. birth certificate and driver's license. You got to have
There
a
you go.
passport or whatever that card that you can
Something
get
up,
now.
Annex?
I mean-
Annex?
Now,
Something like that.
if you
Nexus.
lived close
Nexus pass.
to the border,
which we do.
Can you
Very
get
close.
some type of pass on your driver's
It's the
license
Nexus
or
pass.
something?
You register as a person. You got a special card. You got a special
Right.
lane. You expedite. It's all good.
Yeah.
But you got to go in and fill out all the shit and tell them your whole life story, and they know who you are. And
Right.
yeah,
But in
it's-
this day and age, I'm fine with that. Really, if
There's
I
a little
really wanted
piece.
to be going to the States all the time,
Oh,
I would-
there's
I
your
would do it.
typical Canadian outlook on things. I'm fine with that.
well,
Giving
what the
up.
fuck? Do you want terrorists coming down or coming up? I mean, really, it's a point of entry. So I,
I'm
mean,
just
I
ragging
get
on
it.
I'm
And
just
if I
ragging
want
on
it to
you.
be more convenient, I will jump through the hoops and then I will go whenever the fuck I want to go.
There's a tiny little place near here called Point Roberts. Okay, and here's Vancouver. Right
Can
down
you give
here's-
yourself isolation?
down here in
Isolate yourself.
Seattle?
I will take care of his isolation.
Say, maybe in my late
You see
30s.
the little
I got
heart?
the eyes of a 50-year-old.
Yep.
Okay, so here there's this little piece of Point Roberts that's in Canada, and it's landlocked. These poor bastards suffered during the lockdown, but these guys all have the Nexus Pass, and all these people down here go down and buy fuel and cheese and milk down in the States.
Because that's technically in the U.S.
It is.
That
It
is.
is.
That's U.S. That's U.S. There's
And the
there's
only
border
way to
there.
get out of there is to go through Canada.
is to go through Canada, go to your job
Take a
in
boat.
wherever it is down here. I mean, I live right around here, right?
Do they not have ferries?
So for me to go to the States, I just got to go
Yeah.
over the bridge and down to the highway and cross the line, and away I go. And then I'm next thing you know, we're in Kurt's territory.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people around here that have
John's
mailboxes
buttocks are
in
a
the
point
south,
of
right?
entry.
You buy your postal box down in Bellingham here, or and all these folks. Linden's over here. It's farmland. Linden's like being in the Midwest. It's really kind of weird. Abbotsford, right? The Sumas Prairie.
So
Little
go back
geography.
over to that little landlocked spot there, or waterlocked or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess that's a pretty good portion of land, and that's a pretty good area there.
Well, what's our?
Are there several homes and neighborhoods and cities and whatnot through there?
So this is probably 2 miles by 3 miles.
Oh, okay. So that's a little smaller than I thought.
No, it's just it's a place like Point Roberts.
It's a recreational property too. I mean, there's cabins on the water, right? There's
Right,
a lot of
right,
beachfront
right.
property and shit going on down here.
It's like you go to the tip of Florida, you're in Cuba.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be very, very strange living there. Or
back
It
in
would,
the-
eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the ferry, and when you're on the ferry to go to Hip's place here, you go through international water or U.S. waters. I guess it cuts over here. It's a boat run.
I bring my handgun in that little line there. I pull it out, and then I got to put it away. I go back into Canada.
I mean, all these little islands, they're awesome. You got these islands down here, and you kind of split those up even.
When I was a young fella, I knew a Van Cougar.
What's weird is how Alaska comes down into British Columbia this far.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they just draw the line across here where, you know?
Why didn't they just draw the line further down where it connected to Washington?
There was a big fight about that.
Right.
Georgia.
Oh, yeah, all those islands and all that shit. We almost had a war with you guys over those islands.
Yeah. And why was that? There was a reason why. It was the British didn't want to let go of something or other.
Right.
Not,
It was a pain in the ass is really what it is. You know, for anybody wanting to travel. I mean,
Quentin says that I'm in Kentucky, and you know what that means.
Here in Kentucky, we call those handles. Because you hold on to them and you're like, waka, waka.
So there's that.
no, don't ever show that again.
He's going to show it like
It's
at
a
least
t-shirt,
10 more
man.
times before he logs off here.
it's our
Get a Waka t-shirt.
it's a big
Right.
part of our show. Yeah.
Yeah.
The best part of that video is Quentin laughing at himself.
Right. Yeah.
It's Virginia Slims all the way for you there.
Those fucking hamster tampons he smokes.
Nelson's finished with dinner and wants to know what he missed. Not a whole lot.
Nothing.
You can just
Nothing.
it up.
rewind and put it
There
on
was-
2X to
there was
catch up.
strippers and cocaine and all kinds.
I am this guy's brother. If you can't tell, we look alike. He's sexier than me, but
What's the age difference?
about
You said you
5
had an older brother, so Ryan, you're the middle.
No, we're from a
7 and
family
8.
of 8 kids.
8.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus
they knew how to
Christ.
fuck, didn't they?
I was 7, and he was 8. So
you
we
guys are
were
young.
about 4 years apart. Yeah.
8
We
kids.
all got the
Christ.
horny gene.
Just
How many
think,
kids
Ryan,
you
you were
got?
the favorite until he was born.
No, I don't think so.
I guess you better your chances of having a kid who'll take care of you when you get old.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I got all my marbles invested in one. You guys saw earlier. Okay.
Bit Tom, he got his membership chat in. It's called Future Security, I think it was. Tom.
Nice. I like
You can be like my buddy Kevin. He's got an older brother and an older sister, and both of them are more than 20 years older than him.
Yeah.
Oh, so the one that slipped through at the end.
Right.
Had a bass player in a band of mine, and he actually, when he got to like 20s, he turned Catholic all of a sudden, right? And shortly after, he couldn't have sex, so he had to get married. So he got married, and no birth control, right?
Get the
Believe
fuck
it.
out of here, dude.
Well, you know what?
That's what she said.
God will do this and all the rest of it, and boom, she has a kid.
Should I answer
fine.
that?
Yeah, sure.
Boom.
Yeah, do it.
Another kid. I think around 4, he started scratching his head. 4 kids in like
Yes,
4
Q.
years, just boom.
Hamster tampons.
So we'll be hearing about that on his live streams for the next 3 months.
You officially have the best joke of the night, apparently.
It's pretty easy to appease Q.
Yeah.
Well, he is from Kentucky, so he's easily amused,
We should bring him in.
He's basically from Ohio at this point. I mean,
right?
Louisville, Ohio. That's like 10-minute car ride.
Now, isn't there some kind of big, huge music festival that we're all going to go and stay at Quentin's place?
Blue
to go
Ridge
and
Rock
see?
Festival.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's
There was a
what
metal
that's-
one. There's a metal one in Slayer's.
Where's
called.
it?
Did y'all hear Slayer's getting back together?
Wait a minute, no.
Louisville,
louder than-
Kentucky.
Louder Than Life. That's the one that's in
There
Louisville.
we go.
Yeah, like
So-
Seven Dust, Mastodon, bunch of
Quentin,
good bands.
Slayer.
We're all going to come crash out at your cabin
We
or
put
whatever
tents
that
in your
is.
yard. Are we allowed to back up a camper on your property, run an extension cord, maybe a water
It's
line?
going to be like Christmas vacation.
A 58-foot trailer. It's Trev and John.
We'll be emptying the sewer thing out in the front of his house there.
Shitter's broke.
Yeah.
20 volt.
Jay Hannon said he was going to come, but she's going to have to get some air purifiers and some Febreze.
Oh, man.
I
All
used
right.
to get the bed.
Okay. So let's see. We were going to end the show, 40 minutes ago? 45 minutes ago.
I'll keep going now.
Might as well, I guess.
Can I play guitar now?
Sure. You can play guitar if you want to.
All right. Y'all want to see my non-picking guitar playing?
All right, Joel's playing. See ya. Good night, guys. I'm just kidding.
Asshole.
Let's get him to
That's
plug in.
me.
And I was told not to cuss by my wife. So
Are you going to give him your trans trim?
Well, I'm going to give him my wireless so he can plug it into his Slash guitar over there. Is it tuned?
Is the G string tuned?
While I have all of you together, I'm looking for suggestions for a wireless. And there's Sir, and there's Bosses, and there's Line 6s, and
I know nothing about them.
I'm pretty
that's
impressed with the Shure that I have here.
Yeah.
But
and that takes the 9 volt in the transmitter, right?
it's rechargeable. You just plug it into USB-C and it charges back up.
Oh, I thought you had like one that took batteries in there.
That was my
9
old one.
Oh, is that up for sale?
That's not very reliable, so I wouldn't want to.
Not very reliable, I guess.
Can you imagine crashing with Quentin, and then he wakes up from his daily coma? Hey, can one of you guys take me and my little Hyundai to the ghetto Kroger? Need some cigarettes.
All right,
First
here
thing
we
I
go.
think
Wait,
about
some
when,
hamster
when
tampons.
crash-
Some
when
bacon.
crashing at Quentin's place is the smell. It's got to fucking stink. Just has to.
Are you turned down? All right. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
What's a bee?
So a little tip here: you might want to take your headphones off while you're playing, because he's not hooked in through the Roadcaster, so to his playing.
Okay. He sounds a lot like Ryan's rig. Just saying.
Right.
That was okay.
Kind of sounds like Tool.
What do you say? Sounds like what?
So it sounds like Tool a little bit, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I was influenced by Tool a lot.
Well, there you go. We were waiting for you to break out into some Guns N' Roses or something.
Yeah, I know nothing.
No, that wasn't what I expected.
I was waiting to hear Eruption.
All right, let me do one more thing.
All right, we got another one from him.
Ready?
Awesome, man.
It's got a unique little tone there going.
A little bit.
Sounds
Quentin. Okay. I guess Quentin into guys a little bit. So
Can I time out another mod? I don't know.
he probably could. Tom, yeah, calm down. He's not gay like you.
Nope, you can't.
Guy.
Zach
He's
liked
Guy.
it. Zach liked it. Jim said that was cool.
good. It was.
Too. Patty's enjoying it. Great guitar playing, Joel.
Sorry.
It totally sounds different than when you play, just because of the picking technique and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounded. I liked it. The tone was really good.
As opposed to when I play.
No, it's just different. I'm
When the
surprised
tone
how
really
different I'm surprised how different it sounded.
That worked out well.
So that proves what everybody, says, when people wanted to play Eddie's rig and they sounded like themselves, you know? So that just shows that right there. All I did was gave him the wireless, didn't change any settings, and there you go.
When I picked up a guitar and started learning, my wife bought me a Mel Bay book that has all the chords and everything in it.
Right on.
And I just started seeing the patterns. I didn't, know music theory or anything like that. I just saw the patterns of the chords. So I started, once I got my left hand going, then, like I said, my wrist was broke, so I couldn't really pick. So I never learned anybody's songs. I can't play any songs. I just play my own stuff. So that's why it sounds, it's like, it kind of sounds like this. It kind of sounds like that.
Original. I love it.
My own style,
Cool.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about what you do.
It's you. It's cool.
Right.
I like it.
He's not like us where we're stealing licks off everybody we like.
Yeah, it's depending on who's in front of us in rotation, what we're going to play next. Because
Right.
that was pretty cool.
Right.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah. Or it's like, damn it, I was just about to do that lick. I can't do that now. He just did it.
Well, when Ryan came out with this channel, I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have everybody doing different things? And like I've seen y'all, do the rotation of where y'all do the lead guitar on top of it. But why not have it where somebody's playing the rhythm part while somebody else
Latency, my friend.
All
Latency.
participants must have good internet.
Yeah.
And we've done pretty well in StreamYard with John and Ryan doing a call and response and a back and forth at the same time. But it
not
gets
playing
pretty
at the
muddy
same
when
time.
you've got 8
Yep.
people going on, and some of them are hooked up to a tinfoil dish Tupperware thing wrapped on top of their house to get their internet. Not pointing
And-
fingers. You know who you are.
The latency, like just now when you were playing, the amp was right there, but you were hearing through your headphones what was coming through StreamYard because you're not plugged into the Roadcaster like I am.
So that's why you said kind of if you had the space, you could have people over and then have a jam session.
Yeah, if I had everybody in here, I could run it all through a mixer and then into the Roadcaster,
Well,
and
if Joel had
everybody
an
would hear
extra
the same.
6 feet on his headphones, he could plug into the Roadcaster right now. How far away is that?
He could. No, he could. I could literally plug him right into that's the headphones I normally have plugged into the Roadcaster. But he's got him hooked up through another mixer over there.
Oh,
If I
right,
plugged
right.
him into the Roadcaster, he would be speaking and not
What you
hear.
need is 2 cameras all going through the same Roadcaster.
Well, he's in Studio
Yeah.
B.
Well, but that would be all on one screen, wouldn't it? Yeah, you need the 2
I mean,
inputs.
I have a Roadcaster too, so could always
Bring it over next time.
Just get the Duo.
Well, this was a last minute thing. I had a, I don't get to see him very much, even though he lives 30 minutes away from me. So every now and then I'm like, I need to go see my brother. And sometimes I don't get to see the show live. I watch it, later on YouTube. But I was like, hey, I know it's Thursday. Let me go hang out with my bro.
See, it's
Great to
on.
have you
Awesome,
here,
man.
man.
Yeah, that's a killer, man.
Great to have you here. It certainly. Thanks for sharing your brotherly visit with us, for sure.
Thanks for having me.
Now, are you north of the ATL like he is, or
Yeah, I'm even more north than he is.
okay? Because I'm on the east side of the ATL.
I live in Canton, but
Okay.
I'm almost to Walesko, next to Lake Arrowhead.
Yeah,
What the
my
hell's
cousin
the
lives up
ATL?
there,
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Oh.
ATL is the airport code for Atlanta, and that's what all the hip folks have called Atlanta forever is ATL.
The
That
ATL.
makes sense.
The
YVR,
A-Town.
Vancouver, right?
And if you've been here for many, many years, you can call it Hotlanta,
Right.
but not if you're a newbie. We don't allow that.
Ryan got me my first job here.
That's right. Years and years ago.
Yep, ruined my life.
Okie dokie.
Followed him up from New Orleans to Georgia.
Mississippi to Georgia, yeah. Ryan made a pit stop in Alabama, and then he came to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So were you two close as brothers?
7 and 8.
The
As,
younger.
as far as
But I mean,
Emotionally.
close emotionally. You guys hung out together and had the same kind of friend quick group, or
no, I think that my
you were
brother,
at a concert that he was at with different friends.
my brother that was 2 years older, me and him kind of did a lot together, and
Right.
I was too busy still on my mama's TT.
He's the baby. He's the baby.
I'm the baby and the favorite.
Wayno has kicked the door down. He says, "Hey, everyone. Hope all are well.
What's up,
Doing good,
Wayno?
man. We're nearing 3 hours of operations here, and we still got 40,000 watching, man. Thanks for everybody for sticking
Yeah.
around. We're,
You
Yeah.
know,
We-
we could go for something stupid like 10
Don't
hours.
forget to hit the thumbs up.
we
Five.
That was New Year's,
4 or
bro.
5.
I think we did a 4 or 5 marathon. Yeah. But yeah, we actually ended the show 57 minutes and 20 seconds ago, and we just been just sitting here,
Right.
just shooting,
Just
whatever.
hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging.
So you made a pit stop in Alabama,
A brief one, yeah. It didn't
know-
last long.
huh?
Alabama.
Well, you know what the best thing to come out of Alabama is, right?
Creole shrimp.
I-20.
I-20 on the way out.
It's like that comedian guy saying, got pulled over getting out of Alabama, and cop pulled him over and said, "Why are you going so fast?" Trying to get the fuck out of Alabama.
Gotta get out of here.
Well, now they pull you over because Louisiana has legalized recreational marijuana. So,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
I don't think
Is
we're
it
far
illegal
off
where
from
you
it
guys
here.
are? In the ATL?
Yes. Yes, for
Oh, yeah.
recreational use. A lot of counties in the state of Georgia have decriminalized it under an ounce.
Yeah.
But
That's
As
basically
for-
what it was in Canada for years and years and years before they actually.
Made it legal.
Started
Well, in
selling
our
it.
part of the country, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are making fun of Alabama. Patty in the chat lives in Alabama. No recreational in Alabama.
No. I
Now,
lived
do
in
you guys have stores in Georgia? In Atlanta? You have,
Dispensaries.
no dispensaries.
and you're still getting it from the growers that were doing it before, anyway.
we have
there's-
CBD places.
There's a whole lot of CBD stores.
Yeah, Delta
popping
8.
up, yeah.
and-
But you can't go in and
Shamalama.
get pre-rolled
I don't know.
joints and stuff.
No.
You can get pre-rolled CBD cigarettes.
It's all the medicine and none of the high. I mean, here we had stores for
Suck the
5,
fun out
6
of every
years.
bit of life you have left in you.
We had stores for 5, 6 years before it was legal, and all of those stores got fucked when it got legal. Because when it got legal, you had to get a permit, and those who signed up, new people, and did things, got permits to open their stores. And all the stores you've been buying from for 5 years are closed down because they ain't got no fucking permits. I still buy it from the same guy who's not a store that I bought it from for 20 years.
That guy grows his own then,
No,
Trev?
he just knows people. Good stuff. But
It is Canada, so I mean,
it is relatively affordable. I can go spend $35, get a weed, eighth of weed rolled up in raw form and whatever. And
Here in
That's-
Vancouver.
that's what we paid.
You can't-
Well, even here, just like 6
No,
blocks
I'm saying
away.
here in Vancouver, coke, heroin, crank, whatever the hell.
It's all illegal. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
illegal.
you don't get in trouble for it.
But you can't go to the Coke store,
No.
which is the problem. Because if they could, it would be regulated. And it would be dying because they got fentanyl instead.
Joe says it's Canada. Just say sorry and you're good.
Blame Canada.
Oh,
that?
I got 10 pounds of Coke here. Sorry.
I think
Oh, that's
that
okay.
made me feel better.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
okay. You're gonna bring it back down to
Sorry.
Sorry.
where's the fucking Fargo? Where's that? Where the hell is that?
North Dakota. Is that what Fargo?
Yeah, Fargo's in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Really?
Dakota, that would be
No, it's Minnesota.
Wisconsin.
It's Minnesota.
What?
Look in
Oh,
California. I feel in Minnesota.
Google.
I went to Minnesota once. Wow, that's a interesting place.
I like being in Winnipeg, just a little bit.
Beautiful architecture.
Fargo, a city in North Dakota.
There you go. I always thought it was in Minnesota.
Nope. That's Minneapolis and St. Paul.
Yeah, that's where I was. Minneapolis and St. Paul. That's the Mississippi's up there. I took a.
What?
There is. Take
The
a look.
river.
Mississippi.
The Mississippi River.
Yeah.
I know. I was on it. I went through a lock there.
God, I meant to ask you after you played Pilot not too long ago. Was that Vaseline that you played?
He played a Stone Temple Pilots tune.
Who?
That's
You.
what he.
Not Vaseline. It was the.
When was it?
No, Vaseline is what John uses when he plays.
Oh my god!
I bring that to my massage therapy sessions.
I really enjoyed it when you played that.
Oh, on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
Wicked Garden.
Yeah, Wicked Garden.
Yeah, Wicked Garden.
I wanna run through your wicked garden.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
That's a place to find you. So alive, so alive now.
I should do that again before I forget it.
Probably right.
I figured to do it on Saturday, so I ripped it, learned it, played it Saturday, and that was the last time I played it. Or Sunday, sorry, the next day.
Sunday, yeah.
You did really good. I was jealous because I don't learn songs, so you know.
That's an easy one.
Well, maybe
Actually,
you can teach us
yeah,
on Music Theory Night.
That's right.
which is the new short bus day, right?
I'll be snoozing.
We have to have our helmets.
I don't know what that was about the whole short bus thing, but I don't know.
Under the bus.
Under the bus. Yeah.
There's a lot of short bus people in the Under the
On
Bus
the
chat.
bus, yeah.
Yeah.
Every one of them. I think it's about time for us to wrap up.
Yeah, we're still on the plateau, but I could see this doing that real quick. So.
Spiraling. We are at 37.
We're losing viewership quick. Everybody's nodding off. Everybody's I gotta go watch something on TV.
I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah, that too.
That's boring.
Wasn't really the best guitar to do that on, but
It
It
didn't
was still a
suck.
ripping rendition.
Yeah, didn't suck. Oh, that was cool, man.
That relaxed me so much. I have to pee now.
did it?
Just go.
That was so
Just
soothing.
go.
Just go, man.
Just let her
Ah, thank you,
What was that movie?
Steve Martin.
Where,
Dirty Rotten
where he's Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Yeah,
go. Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah,
than what he said.
Yes. He asked me. That's not something like may I use the restroom? And they're like, yes, of course.
Oh.
And you're like,
Or if you want to go pedestrian on it, go Dumb and Dumber there.
Yeah.
Just go, man.
it's like frozen to the back.
I always like the scene where they get pulled over in the van, and the cop's like, "What are you been sucking back on a little bit of Grandpa's old cough syrup there? Give me that."
You get the hell out of here. Steve's right.
I embraced the gray 5 years ago. Bring it.
I always hear that in my head.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
When 316 ends.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the intro to that top of the world. All right, let's get out of here. We've been going on it for over 3 hours, man. It's a good show tonight.
Good time.
Appreciate everybody stopping
fun.
in. Joel, thanks for coming over.
Yeah, it was awesome
Enjoyed
having
it.
you, man.
Brothers in arms.
Randy, thank you for jumping in. I'd like to have you
problem.
back on some Thursdays if R2's not around, available.
Randy
Do that.
V2.
Open
R5?
invitation. Yeah,
Randy
absolutely.
R5.
R2, R5.
John, as always. Trev, always. Thanks for jumping in. Everybody in the chat that's still here, thank you for hanging out. Anybody that's watching a replay and you've made it this far, I'm sorry. But thanks for hanging out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe and hit
Like and
the
subscribe. Ring
hit
the bell.
Hit the notification bell so you get all the crazy notifications when we go live at who knows what
It
time.
happens at random times. It's been a
It'll
minute
happen.
since we did a daytime thing.
We did
Yeah.
4 shows.
I
last
remember
week,
that
so
time
we're
I was
okay.
sitting
Yeah.
there at the gas station,
Yep.
headphones on.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, let's get on out of here. Again, thank you to
Yeah,
everybody.
yay, motherfucker. This.
And I guess Sunday Community Jam is the next thing that's scheduled. So we will see everyone there. Who knows what will happen in between.
In the
So
description.
until then, see you.
Backwards, building backwards, living backwards.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't. Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.